ESPN LA history.
Don't the Rams say bleep them picks?
Yes.
That was a long time ago. Different now. Now they're good at the picks.
Yeah, but didn't they do that and win the Super Bowl?
They did.
This is a bleep them picks trade.
Yeah, what was it?
Horn-chins.
Yeah,
Horn-chin.
Sedano is a guy who's like, hey, I've been around the NBA 20 years. I can draw plays up on the board. I can do.
God.
What do you mean, oh, God? What do you mean?
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section. And
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the love boat, or do you want me to do the love boat?
The Art, I don't even know what you're talking
No, here it is. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo? Bit boy.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that. We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays
Oh, just one more thing.
on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Give him a big giant hug and say we can't wait to see you back, and you kick the can down the road for a year.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. 7:02 and 37 seconds. Welcome to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday, the 17th of June, 2026.
Look, Summer of Schwann's almost. Look, it's right over my shoulder.
Steve Mason had a lot to say yesterday about the Summer of Schwann's.
What about it?
What'd he say?
He's excited.
Yeah,
he
I bet
wants
he
in
is.
on the Summer of Schwann's.
Oh, he does, huh? It's going to be a great summer. Why wouldn't he be excited?
By the way, he was exposed yesterday as the
How so?
fraud. We'll get into that later. And everybody
Wait, no.
piled
Let's
in.
get into it right now.
All right. Well, I don't have the audio. 'Cause I had
Okay.
to-
Then get the audio.
I had to drive in, couldn't take the train and prep on the train.
Yeah, we heard.
Yeah.
By the way, Jay Wright's coming on the show.
You guys hear about this? Jay Wright's coming
Jay
on
Wright,
today.
can't wait for that.
I heard that.
Nova head coach, coached a bunch of the Knicks players. Windy from 7:45 to 8:30. Jay Wright at 8:35, and then Trudell at 9.
Yeah,
Right. The guest lineup.
Trudell's going to do rat
Quite
talk.
a day.
Trudell's going to do rat talk.
What does rat talk mean?
You can talk about how he's a rat.
Rat
How is he a rat?
You take a vacation.
He's allowed to take vacation.
Actually, no, he just started here. He's not.
That's not true. That's not how this works.
He's a rat.
Anyway.
Let him know. You let him know what I do with rats.
What
Was
do
he
you do with
Ratatouille?
rats? What do you do? What do you do with them?
What do you think? What do
I
you
don't
think
know. I don't-
Sedano and I do with rats?
I don't know. What do you guys
Remember
have like an
Don't-
extermination
don't-
company?
Listen, don't weave in Sedano here.
Oh, really? Sedano doesn't deal with rats.
Remember that time I called Cappy a rat and he was
Oh
really
my
mad?
God, you were so mad.
Well, I will say that
You
was
were very
very,
mad.
very early on here, and I was like,
Right.
what the hell's going on here? Wait, this guy 3 weeks ago was telling me I was a legend. 2
That
weeks
is
later,
true.
I'm a rat.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on
That's
here?
how it works with him.
Yeah, I know. It's like a couple of weeks ago when he did that CHLA walk.
Yeah.
He was on the air going, "This lady's a radio legend in LA."
But you say that Ellen K is.
I know,
She
but
is.
I know. But what I'm saying is if she ever decided to come work here, 2 weeks later she'd be a scumbag. You know
Well,
what I mean?
Hopefully not the case.
Yeah.
We probably couldn't afford her, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyhow, by the way, thanks to the Dodgers and Rays yesterday for finishing that game in an hour and 50-something minutes.
Dude, hour 52.
Yeah.
It was
Thank you.
it was amazing.
It was incredible.
Amazing.
So nice. I needed the sleep.
Oh my God! And I was still coming off the high of Messi and what he had done
Yeah,
with
little hat
Argentina.
trick.
Oh my God, what a game!
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
thank
he
you,
tied
Dodgers.
Miroslav Klose with the
Oh,
most
Miroslav.
goals in World Cup history.
Yeah, it was incredible. 3-0 Argentina.
I'm surprised you didn't play the Russian national anthem there. He's from Poland
Here
originally.
we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we
You
go.
know, I mean, they're not part of the USSR, but they were occupied by
They
the
sure were.
USSR.
You know how I know that?
You know, the Warsaw Pact.
Well, I know
the
this.
Warsaw Pact.
Right, because I'm watching that World War II
You're
doc.
still in it?
Yeah, well, I'm only I think 7 episodes in. I don't know if the new ones came out yet this week.
Although Klose played for Germany,
He did?
even though he was born in Poland.
Soccer made in
And he's
Germany.
actually a coach in the Bundesliga.
Don't you have the
right
German
now.
national anthem, Burger?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we
yeah,
do
I
have the
guess.
German. That's
Right,
right. Because he coaches in the Bundesliga.
Oh, the Bundesliga.
Hey,
the Bundesliga.
That was my favorite thing growing up as a kid, man. When we only had 3 channels,
Yeah.
and then there was like the one channel on your TV where it was like UHF, VHF, and you were trying to use the bottom dial.
Yeah.
There was this one show called Soccer Made in Germany.
Yeah.
And it was European soccer, but you couldn't see it through all the snow on your TV screen.
Yeah.
It was that or wrestling or like nudie movies somewhere where you're like trying as like a 12-year-old kid to like try and look through the lines. You could hear it, but you couldn't see it.
You just like to hear it.
I'll listen. I'm audible.
Quack, quack. Anyway.
This feels wrong playing this.
You don't like this one? The German one? Yeah.
Well, I think this was before
This
everything.
one
This one hurts me and you, right?
Yeah. This
Or was
one
it after
doesn't feel as
everything?
good.
It doesn't matter.
So anyway, yeah,
Anyway.
thanks to the Dodgers yesterday. By the way, it was a fun game to watch, even though, it certainly went fast.
Yeah.
But I was starting to think at a certain point before Ohtani hit the home run, I'm like, are they going to just go into extra innings here because nobody can hit the baseball? These pitching staffs are pitching a little too well. But thankfully, Ohtani got the home run, and then we were all good to go.
That guy who was pitching for Tampa yesterday, Drew Rasmussen.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't.
Rasmussen.
Okay, whatever.
Well, you got to pronounce the guy's name right.
Well, I mean, I said
It's
Rasmussen.
You said Rasmussen.
Yeah,
It's
Rasmussen.
Rasmussen.
Yeah,
Wait a second. You're saying it's Rasmussen?
Yeah.
Versus Rasmussen.
The
Yes.
emphasis in the wrong space
The-
there.
Yeah, you're putting the emphasis in the wrong place.
Right. Is
It's
it
just in the wrong
Rasmussen
syllable.
as opposed to Rasmussen.
So it's Rasmussen
Right, Rasmussen.
versus Rasmuffen.
Rasmussen.
Is that his name, Rasmuffen?
Rasmussen.
Rasmuffins?
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, the thing about this guy is I don't watch much Tampa Bay Rays baseball. You'll have to excuse me. I'm not sitting around
they're
all
in first
night.
place, so
I'm not saying that they're not in first place. I'm just saying that I don't watch much of their stuff. Do you?
occasionally.
Oh, really?
I mean, every once in a while, if they're on TV,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the last time I saw them. So
I mean, I watch a lot of MLB Network at night sometimes.
I was just impressed that, listen to this number. Rasmussen allowed just one run on 9 hits with 29 strikeouts and 1 walk in his last 21 innings. I mean, I had no idea that this guy.
He's the race.
Well, I know, but was just rolling people over and dominating. And because I just don't see much Tampa Bay Rays baseball. I'm
Right.
like
But let me ask you
99% of
this.
the audience
By deductive reason,
Yeah. Yes,
I'm not
sir.
saying you're wrong about
Right.
that part
Yeah.
of it. I would imagine most people have not watched the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
By deductive reasoning, when you hear, hey, it's the Rays ace, and they're also in first place, right there, in the AL East, you just don't think he's not good?
No, I think he's pretty good.
Okay.
I do. I think he's pretty good. but again,
you know what I mean? I'm just saying, if you hear you're going up against the other team's ace and they're in first place, you got to think, that guy's pretty good.
Yeah, but again, not paying much attention to the Tampa Bay Rays.
You just look at the standings.
Last night I was like, all right, Rays, Dodgers, this one doesn't do much
You don't
for
listen
me.
to Joe and the guys when they're talking about the game, when they're about to throw the first pitch?
I'm listening, but I just was like, look, I was very busy
We have
last
an
night.
update?
I was watching Argentina.
Greg just said they're in second place, not first place.
Well, the Yankees
Oh,
overtook
my-
them.
Oh,
Sorry.
my God.
Because the Yankees are on a win streak. You're right.
my
the Yankees
goodness.
are on
The
the
Yankees
win.
are
They're playing very well.
He was
Wow.
scared to jump in and say it. So
Ah,
I
yeah,
said, I'll
fine.
do it.
They've been in first place for the majority of the season.
They have. You guys were rolling. I just didn't want to interrupt.
No,
you.
I wanted to interrupt.
You did you?
The Yankees have won, 6 out of 7?
6-7.
At least 3 in a row. I don't know.
See, he's not watching much Yankee baseball.
No,
A
I
lot
watched
of people
Dodger
aren't
baseball.
without Aaron Judge, but they're actually playing pretty darn well without him.
It's like you said yesterday, and I subscribe to this theory. Baseball is very regional. I watch the Dodgers and whoever the Dodgers are playing. I don't really watch much before they get there. Not like, hey, I'm scouting out Tampa Bay. Nonetheless, guy's an amazing pitcher. And Ohtani, yesterday, that home run, I mean, you talk about monster bomb just to dead center field. Just cranked that thing. Dodgers did have a chance to score a bit earlier in the game,
They did.
but guy
Look at
who's
you,
running.
Cappy. I love that you're watching every inning of every pitch of every game.
Dude,
now.
guy running home, not very fast.
No,
Not very
Wait,
fast
are
at
you
all.
serious? You're blaming him for being out at home plate?
Who else would I blame?
it was Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, who else would I blame?
But there's no way. You watch that play and you're blaming him?
Who else would you blame?
I mean, you don't think that's an amazing play by the fielder?
Insane play.
Then?
Incredible play. Absolutely amazing play by the shortstop by Tampa Bay to step in front of second base.
Because it was a terrible throw.
It was an awful throw. But the throw home.
No, what I'm saying, the terrible throw to second base.
Yeah, right. But the throw home was incredible.
He didn't even, the exchange happened so fast.
Right, but just because I'm giving credit to the shortstop for an amazing throw, I'm also pointing out Kyle Tucker not very fast.
I hate this guy.
I do no.
I
do not.
swear to God,
I do not.
That is not. I didn't watch that play and say to myself, man, Kyle Tucker sucks there.
No, I didn't say
watched
sucks.
that play there
I
and
said slow.
what an amazing play there by the second baseman.
I said amazing play by second baseman, slow run from third to home.
I mean, you have to think about he wasn't just going straight from third to home. It was a ground ball to the pitcher, so he stopped.
Right, he's got
and started going
there's
back.
no way he's heading home in that scenario.
Out at home.
Right, to Greg's point, like
he stopped,
Rasmussen
went
made
back,
a terrible
and then
throw.
started going forward again.
Wait, who?
Rasmussen.
Oh, Rasmussen. I didn't know if it was Rasmussen. Okay.
You hate Kyle Tucker.
I do not hate Kyle Tucker.
You know what we should put on the board?
What's that?
Cappy hates Kyle Tucker.
I do not hate Kyle Tucker.
I mean, he won't be alone in that sentiment.
Right.
I just don't like him.
But
I don't hate him.
You objectively.
That was not his fault.
Thank you.
Terrible play. It's like he's stumbling, crawling home.
I mean, Bergman has not
seriously,
been,
on his
not
hands
been
and
the
knees.
biggest Kyle Tucker guy
Yeah,
either.
I'm
But
not.
Objectively, he agrees with me in this scenario.
Most
play.
people are not going to get there.
Beautiful throw.
Like
beautiful throw.
Who's the
who's that? Who?
Who's the kid on the
Simpson?
Which kid?
Yeah, Simpson.
Which kid?
Simpson maybe makes it.
Maybe, and it might have been. It probably would have been bang bang.
Right, and he's like one of the top 3 or 4 fastest guys in the sport.
I think
Brilliant
he's the
throw.
fastest man in baseball right now.
Terrible slide at home. That's all I'm saying. I knew that just would drive you nuts.
Anyway,
that's a ridiculous sentiment. Like, I'm with you. You and me usually, Cappy,
Yeah.
but that
in
one.
this case, you're not buying.
No, I'm not buying
what
it.
I'm selling. All right.
It's a ground ball to the pitcher.
All right. Hey, it was look. I like the aggressiveness on the base path. It's early in the game.
And somebody had to send him.
You know, I like it.
Well, Dino Ebel's a pain in the ass anyway.
Oh, really? Hear that?
He's not. Look, I watched all these games. Dino Ebel mistakenly sends people home or stops them at third at least once a game. It's insane. But, he's a legend. He's been around forever. So, fine.
Anyway.
Third base coach.
Yes,
Third base coach talk.
Yeah.
Familiar with it. Familiar with his work.
We're familiar with Dino.
So, yeah, look, I think that what I took away from the game was Robleski continues to be amazing, okay? Shohei is really starting to hit his stride now from a power perspective, right? He's been the best hitter in baseball since, May, 10th, 11th, 12th, in that range somewhere. And the bullpen, who hit a little bit of a snag recently, is now looking pretty darn good again for the last couple of days.
Back-to-back games, the bullpen has been lights out. Will Klein looked
Tanner Scott,
great.
who Greg also hates, looked good.
I do not hate Tanner Scott. I've actually been very
Look
high
what he's
on
doing to us. Don't let him do it to us.
No,
Look
it's
what he's
not
doing
gonna
to
happen.
us.
You kind of ripped him the other
He's
day.
putting hatred on us.
I ripped Tanner Scott last year. He was my
No, you ripped him the other day here on the show.
on this show for what reason?
I don't remember
This
exactly
show,
right
not
now,
the
but you
Blue
ripped
Review?
him the other day when he had a bad outing a couple days ago, and you ripped him.
Deserved
no,
it.
I don't believe I
Deserved
did. But, if he probably deserved it if it did happen. But no, but Tanner Scott and so Kyle Hurt, your boy Kyle Hurt.
Yep.
Back-to-back games look good.
Yeah.
Look good again.
He needed it because he had a couple of games previous to that where he didn't look so good.
How about Will Klein and Magic the Gathering over there?
And Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, he
he
plays
loves
Magic the Gathering.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, him and DeMarco should get to know each other.
By the way, DeMarco, side note to this whole story. DeMarco yesterday was here at the radio station, and he wasn't on the air yesterday.
Right.
And my man was here just working it. I got to give him all the credit in the world. I mean, if you have a day off and somebody says, hey, can you come in? No, I'm off.
You know who he was here with? Big Al.
Big Al?
You hear Big Al across the Southern California airwaves for many years. So Big D's going to bring in Big Al.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Big D and Big Al.
Yeah.
All right.
Big Al, a big Kings fan and a big Dodger fan.
Way to go, Big Al. What does Big Al do?
Big Al is in the legal stuff.
Oh, yeah? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
He's not like Sweet Lou, the guy who says, I've got medicine like you or something?
He just couldn't read my body language to stop.
What's your body
never
language?
can.
How can
He
I read
just-
your body language? I see I have computer monitors.
I kind of looked at you like he's Big Al, period.
Big
Yeah,
Al?
End of story.
Really, that's it? End of story? Whatever.
Yeah.
It's early.
Actually, no, not whatever.
No, not
That
whatever?
will probably become a call.
Oh, that's a problem?
Probably,
Really?
yeah.
That's a problem. You're going to have to deal with management?
No, that's the partner calling.
Oh, really?
Actually.
What's the problem?
How about we just move on?
You hate Big Al.
I love Big Al.
See, no,
actually.
but the way Sedano's
But
put
this-
he put
this-
hate on Kyle Tucker.
this show
he
loves
put hate
Jake.
on Tanner Scott.
It's a little different when we're talking about athletes as opposed to partners.
Yeah, this show loves Jacob Imrani.
Oh,
Yes.
I do love Jacob. Yeah.
You're really a moron, aren't you?
No, you're a moron. You know that? You are a freaking idiot,
How
as
about
a matter
a bell?
of fact.
We got a bell for Valvoline?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 15
didn't-
Yeah,
I
come
didn't-
on, let's go. Get
I
with the
didn't change
game
my
here
hats,
today.
though.
Get
I
with the
didn't change my
game.
hat.
Come on, dummy. Get with the game.
Stand by.
Oh, man. The pirate ship today. Come on, Captain.
Well, sorry, nobody decides to come to work on this show.
They show, well, we come to work.
Yeah,
Well, you know what it is? What people are going to say around here? They're going to say, well, boo-hoo, you hired like 17 people to work on the show. Too bad only 6 show up.
It is ironic. We have imaging that says the biggest show in ESPN LA history, and we meant that from like the largest staff, and it came back to haunt us.
Yeah.
All right, 7:15 in the morning. You know what you could have done?
Tell
Or
me.
done.
Tell us.
You could have gone to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you. I was thinking about Valvoline this morning because I don't drive very often. I only drive to a few different places in my life. But I put some miles on the car today driving in.
I was blown
on
away.
the surface streets.
Blown
so
away.
now I got to go to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. I only get an oil change like once a year.
I was blown away when you said this morning that you were driving here. I didn't know if you meant you were behind the wheel of a car or you jumped in an Uber.
No, there wasn't time in the Uber from Norwalk.
Very
so
impressive.
here's the thing. I took the surface streets from the Norwalk train station. And Waze helps, but I know the back roads because my dad taught me that when he was driving, when I was driving in every day. And the mooch didn't sit in traffic.
No?
If there was one, got to get off the road. It could be nighttime. It could be the middle of the night. It could be 4 a.m. for the morning show. Whether he was in the Benz or the Volvo, he was ready. You know what I mean? He had a heater. He would smoke a fool if he had to.
Oh, really?
Oh, he wasn't going to put up with any nonsense.
No. Mooch didn't put up with
So
nonsense.
we were driving no matter what.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's probably the longest drive you've had in how many years?
This is the longest drive in, I would say, quite a while.
Yeah.
Although the other day I was on the phone with Sedano for like an hour, but that was
In the car?
That was local. That was like Anaheim to Whittier.
I was actually worried because you guys know I'm a habitual, and this is bad news, texter driver. You seem to be texting while driving. I'm
I was
like,
texting
concentrate.
at stoplights.
Yeah. Oh,
Because I
focus.
was on surface
You could always
streets.
voice text.
I didn't
don't-
voice
yeah,
text,
I don't
but I
use
just
voice
waited
text.
till the stoplight.
It's so much easier.
I know.
That way you don't have to, that's actually the most, if you're going to, in the car, you can just still drive and just press
Cappy,
the little button.
We got to go surface streets sometime.
Yeah.
I want to see you in Vernon, in the great city of Vernon at 6:20 in the morning, as certain people are waking up. Like there was a car flipped in the middle of the road,
Yeah.
and there was nobody around.
No?
Like it happened in the middle of the night, and everyone's just driving around.
You didn't stop and see if you could help? Like a
Nope,
good
there was
Samaritan?
nobody to help. You could tell it happened in the middle of the night.
Airbags exposed? And
My friends, the Gavinia Coffee Group are in Vernon.
Yeah.
They
Well,
have
Vernon's a great place for commerce, right next to the city of commerce.
Okay, how about it?
All right, guy. Oh, Jay Wright at 8:35. I don't know if you know that.
Cappy and Chris have been loving Jay Wright. So anyway, so the Dodgers, excellent stuff, looking good, beating a good team after struggling against, I know the White Sox are in first place. I don't necessarily feel like they are a good team. They just happen to be the best team in a crappy division, I feel like.
Yeah, they're kind of just like hitting a stride right now. And
Yeah.
it's a really bad division, to
It's
your point.
terrible.
Terrible.
The AL Central.
Always is, though.
It has been for a long time. Yeah. But anyway, nonetheless, there's that. Now, from a Lakers perspective, Dan Wojcicki of The Athletic reports that the Lakers are prioritizing Rui Hachimura and Jackson Hayes in free agency. So the interesting part of that to me is this. Well, Jackson Hayes, we know. I mean, he's become a Slovenian citizen practically at this point. So
He's
pause.
a made man at that point.
But let's just pause on that for one quick second. If Jackson Hayes and Austin Reeves are the two guys in particular that Luka has kind of laid down the law and said, these are my guys, they're not going anywhere. Is this good or bad for the Lakers? Because I argued for a long time that LeBron had too much control and LeBron was making too many personnel decisions, and we battled that all the time.
Yeah.
Luka now seems to be using his clout, if you will, and that's okay until we think that Luka is not a personnel man. You know what I'm saying? Like I like Jackson Hayes. I think Jackson Hayes is a good role player, but he's become Luka's go-to guy. And as you point out, he's become a citizen of Luka's country so that he can play on his national team. So Luka is making some personnel demands, it seems like. And I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, because I know that the Lakers need a big-bodied center to go up against guys like Wemby and Holmgren. And Jackson Hayes, who I love and is exciting and rolls through the lane and dunks the ball hard, but he's not a great center in the NBA.
No, he's like a backup third guy, maybe. But Rui's going to have people interested in him. So the Lakers keeping him, I think, makes some sense. I think Rui is a good fit. I know Greg is not a big fan. I think he makes all the sense in the world. He is a stretch four.
Hear that?
Hear that,
four.
Morales?
He
Stretch
defends.
four.
He defends
We got some
well
stuff
enough.
coming up later for that.
Oh, for stretch four?
He defends. He shoots. he's a good player. Like, he's a good role player. He understands his role. I think that, again, I think the Spurs are going to be interested in him. So the Lakers are going to have other suitors to have to deal with.
Rui's a good guy to have, by the way, just for the way, even like this past year, Rui was a good player and had a very tradable caliber contract.
Yeah.
And I don't know if his next contract will be as quote-unquote tradable, but he's a good player.
Be fairly tradable. As long as it's in the 20 million or low 20s,
right.
You're fine.
So if that's the case, then you want to sign him for sure. Because A, he's good when he's healthy.
And he's an asset.
And he's an asset. That's exactly
100%. Right. Hey, so I know that, Greg, you have in the rundown, you feel like this is running it back. Yes and no, I would say. Let's tackle that after we get past your three things.
Okay.
So let's do that. We'll do your three things. We'll tackle that, and then we'll go to break for Windy at 7:45.
And I want it to be hard.
Yeah.
The break. Let's not get soft.
So that's why we're breaking at 21.
Okay, Cappy?
You hear that?
That means when you hear the music, you shut up, unless it's your live read, like right now. I have my Pizza hat on. Let's talk about our friends at Pizza Hut.
All right. Hey, you got that Pizza Hut hat on? Good for you. Because I got a question for everybody. Are you a crust lover, or are you one of those crust leavers? You know, those people that eat the pizza and they leave the crust? Pizza Hut has changed the crust game completely, because now you got the new crispy parm pan pizza, and this thing is built different. It starts with Pizza Hut's legendary original pan pizza. You already love that, right? But now they've taken the Parmesan cheese, they've baked it right onto the edge of the crust, and let me tell you something. Crispy, golden, cheesy, crunchy on every bite. Oh my God, it's so good. And right now, you can grab a medium, one-topping, crispy parm pan pizza for just $11.99, or here's another option for you. Go large for only $3 more. That is an amazing pizza. Hall of Fame caliber crust on that pizza. So order now on pizzahut.com, or better yet, download that Pizza Hut app. I did it. I can do it. You can do it. And earn rewards towards free Pizza Hut pizza. Limited time offer, additional charges for extra cheese, toppings, and recipes, as you might imagine, at Pizza Hut.
Oh, I thought you were going to say .com.
No,
That's
your
my
turn.
fault.
Your turn.
You're up. Sedano and Kap Morning Show, 7:23 on a windy Wednesday. We return with Bergie's Oregon and Sedano's Teas 3 minutes from right now, Jack.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Providence. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Looking for a vodka with standards? Blue Ice delivers. American made from Idaho potatoes, gluten-free, non-GMO, and only 64 calories an ounce. Enjoy the classic Huckleberry with lemonade or award-winning double espresso. Blue Ice vodka, premium taste, nothing extra.
Hey, it's Mason. The next best thing to being at the 2026 FIFA World Cup is watching it at Cosm. Experience every match inside the massive 87-foot LED dome in shared reality. You will feel like you're right there on the pitch with the world's biggest stars. Plus, catch all the action in the Cosm Hall with great food and drinks. FIFA World Cup tickets will not last, so book right now at cosm.com/FIFA. I will see all you guys for the World Cup at Cosm.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. You got to count on Jacob for every type of accident, man. You count on Jacob after a motorcycle hit. You count on Jacob after a truck wreck. Call him at 800-345-6789.
Call Jacob.
Mike, you've been around a lot of teams, and what you've built at Rotolo Chevrolet, it just feels different.
Travis, I appreciate that. It all starts with believing in our people. If you empower them, they'll do right by the customer.
And that's where the culture comes from.
Exactly. We don't just sell cars. We focus on giving customers what they want and making it a great experience.
That's why people like me keep coming back. I've been here 3 times.
That's the win for us. I get to keep seeing you. Long-term relationships, not just transactions.
Rotolo Chevrolet, #1 for a reason.
Stunad. Join Beto Duran next Thursday, June 25th at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa for this summer's biggest football watch party. Experience nonstop game day energy, drink specials, surprise giveaways, and incredible food like fire grilled asada, tacos, quesadilla. Mason didn't want to say quesadilla yesterday in the read. He skipped it. Ceviches and churros. Cheer with the entire Mercado all tournament long. Mercado Gonzalez, where every match tastes better. We're back with Bergie's Oregon and Hoops in 90 seconds.
Hey, it's John Ireland here for Life Source Water Systems. If you're still drinking and bathing in LA's harsh tap water, it's time to upgrade to a Life Source whole house water system. Life Source filters every drop of water into your home. During their summer special, LifeSource is paying your sales tax. That's up to $1,000 off a new system, but only through July 4th. Call their factory today at 800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource. Taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply.
Corazon.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, weekdays at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Violated. I was violated for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
First time in your life?
First time in my life. That's out.
I go, no, that's like a good Wednesday for Cappy and I.
But it is painful.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, weekdays at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
7:27. Good morning.
You okay, Berg?
Yeah, actually really good today.
We'll get an update later. Sedano loves the oldies. On this day in 1957, At the Hop was released.
At the Hop. Yeah.
Danny and the Juniors, Jack.
I feel like Richie Cunningham should be jumping on the screen somewhere.
Right on.
Today is National Apple Strudel Day.
Oh, really?
Did you see McDonald's bringing back those fried apple pies?
Really?
Yeah.
Have they been gone?
4th of July. Yeah,
Really?
for like 20 years.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Really?
Me neither. I didn't realize until I read
Those were pretty good, though, back in the day.
Well, Greg's actually drinking water for a change.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I've had a lot of water.
This guy.
It's nice.
So
It's like a
much
natural
water.
stool softener,
back
right?
And forth, back and forth.
I mean, who knew
It's crazy.
H2O?
Yeah.
42 years of my life. Didn't know.
Yeah.
More health updates later from Bergie.
Yeah. Better get those Depends, pal.
I got a whole thing with my wallet, too. That was ridiculous.
Okay. Well, we
Later.
get to that in the 9 o'clock hour.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us your 3 things. I know we talked already a lot about the Dodgers, but tell us your 3 things that stood out yesterday.
So 3 things. It's something you were talking about. I heard it was Joe Davis and Eric Karros. And Eric Karros, this is the best defense in baseball. I was like, I don't know if they're the best defense in baseball. So I went and looked, and I found out that not only are they the best offense in baseball, they have the best batting average, they have the best on-base percentage, best slugging percentage, the best OPS. They are also second in baseball in terms of defense, where they have the Padres, your gutty little Padres that are 9 games back, Cappy, have a .992 fielding percentage. The Dodgers have .990. They also have one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball. They have given up the least amount of hits. They have the lowest whip. They have the lowest on-base average against them. You're not supposed to be the best at all 3 phases of the game. And I think it's just incredibly impressive to me that what they're doing right now, even without Blake Snell, even without Tyler Glasnow, Tommy Edmonds just coming back, and you're putting Ryan Ward in left field, or Alex Call, who has. The fact is, no matter what, you're still the best at all 3 phases. I think is pretty impressive.
You say that they're not, or a team is not supposed to be the best in all 3 phases?
Right.
Unless you just keep going every single year and getting more and more and more better players and spending more and more money. I'm not surprised at all.
But those guys that you're talking about, the Kyle Tucker you've been hating on all over Sedano, get him. Mm-hmm. And then Edwin Diaz hasn't even pitched really.
Right.
So the guys that you spent all that money on are not playing.
Yeah, but you know what, man? You've got a core of guys that just have a way of doing their business. To me, it's like the New England Patriots. When you come to Tom Brady's New England Patriots, when you come to us, you play our way. That's what they do.
It's kind of like the Rams.
Absolutely. And then another thing we talked
championships for the Rams.
I mean, they will.
We hope.
No, they will.
They will. The other thing is that we talked about it a little bit, but Justin Wrobleski, he was having a little bit of an issue. So through May, the start of May, he was one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. It was incredible what he was doing.
Robo.
Then he hit Robo. He hit a little bit of rust patch, and remember, he got in his last start, he got hit in the thigh, had to leave after 80 pitches. and didn't get play in the. So he left
It was
early
like
in that game.
time Cappy got hit in the shin in the softball game.
It was actually before the softball
right,
game.
that's what I'm saying.
I
Yeah.
got hurt
Yeah,
before that.
practicing.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
Practice.
We should get hit in the Schwans.
Yeah, it's true.
But he looked like the Robo that we saw earlier in the year. But even more so, he's getting strikeouts now. He was always
Eric Karros actually made a Kershaw comparison to him, I believe, during the game, and I think Oral might have as well in the postgame. Like just the way he's commanding.
commanding
the mound at the time.
Yeah, because he attacks the zone I think he has the highest over the play in the strike zone rate in all of baseball. Like he is constantly pounding the strike zone, and that's something that Kershaw did too. But he's starting to get swing and miss now to his stuff, where his four-seam fastball is at 97 and he drops it down to 94.
Got a low BABIP, Cap.
A low BABIP?
Yeah.
Really, a BABIP?
A low BABIP.
Low BABIP?
Yeah. Do you know what BABIP means?
Hell to the no.
Batting average balls in play.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. I'm not embarrassed to admit that I didn't know it. Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
No embarrassment here.
Yeah, but he
BABIP?
wants the contact. He's a guy that wants the contact. So it's interesting to see what he's doing, and he's using a third pitch now because he was only having the fastball and the slider. He's throwing a sinker in there too. So it's what he's doing is really, really impressive for a guy that was not supposed to be in the rotation for the long time.
One more time. What is it? A
BABIP. Batting average of balls in play.
Yeah.
So
why don't we finish Bergey's last thing in just a moment? How about that? We break it up.
Wait. Let's just. Go ahead.
Just saying we could break it up.
I mean, it wasn't going to be. I don't think it was going to take that long, right? Yeah, it was a pretty short.
You
want
to go back? Okay.
Yeah.
Get back to the organ player, please.
I mean, yeah. So, Bergie, we mentioned the game time, right? Hour 52 minutes, which was incredible. We all got to sleep.
So good.
But I also think that helps Shohei, considering he's going to have to start and pitch today at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, at 12 o'clock. He's somebody that needs a lot of rest. He sleeps like 12, 13 hours a day. So
I wish.
I know.
Right? It'd be amazing. So
I feel great.
Too
I
much.
slept 8.
One night during 1 week, one of the days during the finals, on the weekend, on like a Saturday, I think the game 5. Yeah, I slept like 9.5 hours. I was like, oh my God.
9.5 hours is like amazing.
Feels so good.
I think I slept 8 hours last night. I'm like, I feel awesome, but 13 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
12,
he sleeps at least 10.
Yeah,
Yes,
at least
and then
10.
gets another 2-hour nap somewhere.
Ooh.
I mean, I do get a nice nap during the day.
And I don't.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Can't
Ruins
nap.
my sleep.
Exactly.
But anyway, yeah. So he's, it was good that it was a short game because of the quick turnaround.
Yep. And then they have a day off tomorrow. It seems like he's actually not going to be hitting today, but it would make sense if he did find a way to get into the game and hit because they do have the day off tomorrow.
All right,
12 o'clock game.
Sweet.
Getaway day.
All right, Bergey's 3 Things. Watch the Blue Review weekdays at 6:30 a.m. on our YouTube channel at ESPN Los Angeles, presented by LAX, him and Marcus Grant, who, by the way, who said, Ireland said Marcus isn't the smartest person here.
Who did he say?
He
is?
actually said Mason he thinks is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, that's a whole other debate. I don't know about that. Let me tell you about my friends at George Chevrolet. They got kickoff specials. 91 Freeway, Lakewood exit, Bellflower's Party Pal. John Good, he's the GSM over there. He's going to take care of you. He's the 7-time Dealer of the Year. You know what that means? Bam, 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 bam. Kickoff specials for you. You want the Silverado. You want the Trax. You want the Equinox. Maybe you need an EV like Happy. Or you're in that midlife crisis, so you want a Corvette. Vroom, vroom. Go see my friends at George Chevrolet, the city of Bellflower, 91 Freeway, Lakewood exit. John Good's going to take care of you. And his guy, Kevin Rivas. Don Bosco's own Kevin Rivas. They got deals for you. Kickoff specials galore in this month of June. Can't believe we're already halfway through June. That means you got to get a car for summer. You want a Silverado, you want a truck, you want a Traverse, like my girlfriend Stephanie has, just go to George Chevrolet, georgechevy.com. 7:34 in the morning right now.
Okay, so real quick, before we get back to the Laker conversation, because I know Bergie believes that if they're prioritizing Rui Hachimura and Jackson Hayes, they're going to run it back. And I would say maybe. But before that, I want to shout out Lawrence Tanner, who's retiring after 43 years. The Lakers PA announcer. I mean, he's as iconic a voice as there's been in the LA sports scene. He's going to stick around to be a special advisor on the game presentation, but he is, he's unfortunately dealt with some health issues and missed some games last year. But, what an amazing career. I mean, again, as synonymous with Laker basketball as anyone, really.
So last year when Lawrence Tanner would, be warming up before the game, I was doing the Cappy Lappies, right? And every time I walked around and I got to Lawrence Tanner's area, I was like, should I interrupt him and just chat with him and put him on the Cappy Lappy? And honestly, if I'm being honest about it, I was too much of a little
wuss.
that will work in this case. Yeah. Thank you. To try and interrupt him. Like Kevin Harlan's getting ready for a game. Yeah, Kevin Harlan's getting ready for a game. I'll interrupt.
He's got stuff going on.
Noah Eagle's getting ready for a game. I will interrupt.
Yeah.
But Lawrence Tanner, I was like, this guy's he's a legend, and I didn't want to do it. But I will just say this.
Go ahead. You say, because I have one more thing to say.
When he left, and nobody really said anything during the season.
Yeah.
It was kind of under the radar. All of a sudden, the whole game presentation sounded very different, because the Lakers with Lawrence Tanner sounded very old school, very traditional. If you grew up part of the Showtime Lakers, that was the voice you heard.
100%.
Whereas nowadays in the NBA, you go to any NBA arena around the country, you do it more than I do. You hear everybody's yelling and screaming, here come the Lakers! Everybody's got a guy who goes absolutely nuts and gets the crowd completely hyped. He was not that. He was the old school, more traditional, much more bassy, monotony, and he had an amazing career. Nobody mentioned it. And that's why yesterday when this came out, I was like, all right, they're finally acknowledging it.
Yeah, look, one of the coolest things in my career is when I first did a Lakers game on TV, because, he announces everybody who's part of the broadcasts
right.
on the different, whether it's the local, the network, et cetera. Yeah. And I think, to me, just having his voice say your name is like one of the coolest things ever.
Pretty
so,
cool.
What an amazing career. And, of course, we wish him the best. In regards to the Lakers, so, Berg, to answer your question, more sign of running it back. I mean, we've talked about this a lot. I think the way the Lakers improve their team is going to be via trade.
Right.
So, despite those two guys coming back, there's still ways for them to improve the team via trade. So, I think that the trade, remember, they have picks they can deal. They have 3 picks available to them this year, including this one, that they
should get
trade.
rid of. They should get rid of 25. Who cares?
I mean, it just depends, right? I think a lot of that depends. So, they can improve their team and still not, quote unquote, run it back.
Yeah, because to me, we always talk about Austin Reeves is going to come back. We want to bring him back. LeBron's going to come back. Obviously, Luka's there, and now you're bringing back Rui. Now you're bringing back Jackson Hayes, and then do you want Marcus Smart back?
Maybe if it's at a cost-effective
now there's
price.
Marcus Smart.
Probably not going to happen though.
Or Luke Kennard. Would you like to see Luke Kennard back here?
I mean,
at a decent price,
you'd be like,
Luke
Kennard's a good shooter. I mean,
he's
a good role player.
You are now running it back.
That is running it back.
That is running back.
Well, again, what if they trade some of those picks and bring in players that can be impactful?
Let's give George some consideration here. He's right. Let's give him a consideration. Let's say you have Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves and Rui, and let's just call that your core 4 right there, okay?
Yeah, right.
Then if you have a Luke Kennard or if you have a Marcus Smart, I'm just saying maybe you have those guys. You're going to have a Jackson Hayes. You're already at 7 guys that were part of last year's team. So now I'm going to give George some consideration here. Now you go out and you make some trades and you bring in guy A, guy B, guy C, and you've added 3 guys to the mix. Maybe you've improved. But from your perspective, and I tend to agree with you, Bergie, that what you're doing, though, is you're saying, here's really our main core of guys. And our main core of guys were good enough to beat Houston. They weren't good enough to compete with Oklahoma City. Hold on. Caveat there. There was no Luka, and Austin Reeves is coming off of a 30-day injury. So what might they have done? I don't know. Maybe they would have been competitive against Oklahoma City. But in my opinion, I'm with you that if you're bringing back the main core, you're running it back.
You're basically running it back. And you can't make trades until what, December 15th?
Again, what's that?
December 15th is when you can start making trades.
But no, they can make trades right now.
Oh, yeah. If you start with that, if you start with this team, this core that we're talking about at the beginning of the year, you have to wait.
But I'm not saying that they're going to start. I'm saying they can still trade assets right now to bring in other players.
Yes. I don't know what assets there are that
they
can trade.
They have 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, but that's it though. You can't.
I mean, that's not a small thing.
No, you have a Jared Vanderbilt contract, but who really wants that contract?
If you attach a first-round pick to it, you can get somebody that is decent at $12 million.
Dalton Connect. Are people looking for let's bring in Dalton?
You
Connect.
can package 2 of. Actually, as a matter of fact, I would imagine. Again, it's all about what's the incentive for the other team.
Right.
Okay. The incentive for the other team is. They look at Jared I bet you there are teams out there that say, you know what, we could work with Jared Vanderbilt. We can make that work. We could fix Dalton Connect. Maybe they didn't give him enough of a chance, right? We see something there. We would have drafted him. But if they sweeten the pot and they give us a first round pick and maybe a second, we'll do that. That's how you make deals, and that's how you then bring back new players into the fold who can be in your rotation, and then you're not running it back.
Tell you this much, you do all that you just said, you better get guys that are going to be on your roster for a lot longer than just a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have guys that are going to be part of the future.
Right.
Because you know that Luka is going to be part of the next 3 years, let's call it, and Austin Reeves is going to sign a 5-year deal, let's say. He's going to be part of the next 5 years. If you're going to make these trades and use these assets, and I don't mean Jared Vanderbilt or Dalton Connect, I mean draft picks, you got to get guys that are going to be a part of the long term.
Hold on, Sedano. I'm coming in there for this.
Oh, you
Hold
are?
on.
Hold on. I want
Wait a second.
Go ahead. Finish.
Well, that's it. That is my thought.
Yeah.
You got to have guys that are a part of the future, not part of one season. Oh, really? You're going to bang wood? Look at him go. Bang that wood. Bang it.
I'm talking about warm walnut right here.
You are?
Okay.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, this is just regular wood. Bang on it.
No, but it has a name.
His is warm walnut. What's yours?
I want warm walnut.
What does yours say?
Tennessee wood floor line.
No, man, on top of that.
Bristol hickory. Bristol hickory.
Yeah, there you go.
I read from the bottom first, not the top first.
So we got a little warm walnut here for those of you watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're banging the hardwood. And you know what? Maybe, warm walnut is not the type of wood you want. Maybe you want something a little lighter, like nude white oak.
Oh, nude white oak.
There you go.
That's nice.
You can bang that, right?
That's
the
nice.
nude white oak.
Hey.
So there you go. Listen, it's summertime basically here in L.A. So sun's out, guns out, but you're still on those same old floors. Well, get yourself some warm walnut or some nude white oak, okay? Or some Bristol hickory over there. Come on, make a power move with Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Millions of in-stock options. That hardwood we just showed you, the laminate, the waterproof vinyl, the carpet, or even the beautiful turf like I put in my backyard thanks to these crazy Hernandez brothers at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No waiting on some seasonal sale, okay? You get prices, just true wholesale pricing every single darn day. Family-owned, 3 generations deep, winning on price, selection, and service. Extra savings for first responders, military, and veterans. Plus, for everybody out there, price match, all right? You found some nude white oak somewhere else? They'll price match that thing, okay? So this season, upgrade your whole vibe. Hit the showroom right off the 5 freeway next to the Commerce Casino. Check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, or call those crazy Hernandez brothers, Stephen and Carlos, at 866-62-FLOOR. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, because no seasonal sale beats wholesale.
Thank you, Sedano. 7:43 in the morning. Hey, Deshae in the sales department. That's how you do a live read. That's how you do it. Why don't you pull that air check? By the way, Tim, I want that video air check. Anyway, when we return, it is a windy Wednesday. Brian Windhorst begins. He'll be with us till 8:30 this morning. We go slapping around with Windy next.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Summer of soccer is here, and there's no better place to watch than Rockin' Brews. Catch every match on massive LED screens with surround sound, drink specials, and game day favorites like our new El Clasico burger. Whether you're backing Team USA or cheering on your home country, grab your crew, raise a glass, and catch every match at Rockin' Brews. Serving those who rock. Visit rockinbrews.com for your nearest location.
Oh, we just love it when I go back-to-back, but that's my fault. Tune in tonight for Road to the Cup on ESPN LA. Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz. Hey, it's me, Mario. Bring you previews, analysis, and reaction from soccer's biggest tournament and its biggest matchups. Cheer with the entire Mercado all tournament long. Mercado Gonzalez, where every match tastes better. Don't miss Road to the Cup tonight with Mario and Denholm. Tonight, 6 p.m. on ESPN LA. I believe it's 6 p.m.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
My
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. It's like a stretch four.
7:46. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We're smiling on a windy Wednesday. By the way, we play this for windy. We also play this on the show quite a bit. The Coast to Coast theme song with the great Art Bell. And for the younger people in the audience that are like, what the heck is that? It was an amazing radio show for 30, 40 years. Art Bell was a revolutionary by doing overnight live radio across the nation. Well, today is Art Bell's birthday. Of course, we lost him in 2018. The legendary, the Hall of Famer, Art Bell.
How old would he be on his heavenly birthday?
I don't know.
Isn't this song called Chase?
I don't know. It's just labeled Coast to Coast opening theme song.
Yeah, I believe it's called Chase.
Meanwhile, he is on the line on the satellite phone. The one and only, the great, my Colombo brother, Brian Windhorst. Good morning, Windy.
From the high desert in the kingdom of Nye. That's what he used to say.
Yeah, that's what he did say. Yeah, you're right.
Which it just means like in the middle of nowhere about an hour outside Vegas. But at the time, I thought it sounded awesome.
Yeah. It was awesome. I used to go head-to-head with Art. Well, I used to go head-to-head with George Norrie after he took over for Art Bell. He was right down the hall from us, George Norrie, when I used to do overnights on Fox Sports Radio. And we took
You mean he wasn't in the kingdom of Nye?
What's that?
He wasn't in the kingdom of Nye?
I don't know. What did Norrie say? I don't remember what Norrie used to say.
I don't think Norrie had something like that kind of shtick.
Yeah. He was just talking aliens, just normal alien talk. Yeah.
Windy, I'm sorry. I just saw your text. I didn't realize we didn't send you a video link. We'll get right on that. I apologize.
Right. Here, real quick, we have just a couple minutes here. We do want to get into the Lakers because we were just having a Lakers offseason conversation. But let's table that till we get to 8 o'clock. Let's wrap up the finals here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to Unsportsmanlike on our drive-in today, and they were talking about the what I would call and this is not a knock on them. I get it. Everybody does this conversation. But just what I like to call the nauseating conversation of who's the face in the league. And we do this every year in every sport after somebody wins a title, usually unexpectedly. And, they were trying to make the case for Jalen Brunson to be the face of the league. And maybe he would be. Maybe he's not. I know he's relatable, smaller guy. We've seen this already with Steph Curry. Now, I'm not putting him in the Steph Curry category just yet. Look, I still think this reminds me a lot, Brian, and you were there in this time. This reminds me a lot of LeBron around the same age, okay? Loses in the finals, right? They get swept to the Spurs. At that time, Kobe was probably, arguably the best player in the sport. But many people believed that it was LeBron's time or was starting to become LeBron's time. But he did not have the hardware yet, and that was the one thing that he needed to, I guess, place on his mantle to truly then be the undisputed face of the league. Just kind of where do you lie on all this? Because I still think, we talked about it on NBA Today yesterday, I still think it's Wembanyama moving forward. I still think it's his league moving forward, despite at times showing some level of immaturity. But I would say most 22-year-olds would show that. But just kind of where you lie on that nauseating conversation.
Well, it's a hard sell for Brunson because the odds makers have the Knicks as fourth best chance to repeat. They just went 16-3 in the playoffs. Right. Went 4-1 in the finals, and they were picked fourth. I thought that was they had to love that. They had to just plaster that on on the screens at the facility. So I think he's disqualified because people don't think he can do it again.
Right.
Right. But the Wembanyama situation is so similar to where I thought LeBron was. I mean, and I hate to default to it because it's sort of lazy in a way, and they're such different players. But when LeBron was 22, he made the finals unexpectedly. I know the Spurs ended up being a great team, but it was an unexpected run based on the start of the season. They were the underdog in the conference finals, just like LeBron was when he first made it at the same age. And the same thing, LeBron got very humbled in the finals. Now, he didn't run his mouth, so that's not the same. But at the end of the finals, LeBron admitted, he's like, boy, do I got to get better. Wembanyama admitted, boy, do I got to get better. And then LeBron went out and won MVP 4 of the next 5 years and went to 9 of the next 12 finals.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it is correct. Kobe was not done. He led the Lakers to 2 titles and made it to 3 finals in there. Kobe held LeBron back, amongst other things. But LeBron became the face of the league in terms of, he was the best player in the league by that point. By 2007, he had become the best player in the league. And I think Wembanyama has the chance to do the same. The chance. I don't know if he'll do it, but there's certainly parallels, and the skill set is there.
Yeah. Hey, Wendy, though, go back to the Knicks. Nobody is giving the Knicks a chance to repeat. You mentioned that they're not even, the odds-on favorite next year. I'm not really surprised by that. Are you guys? Like, the Knicks run and how they performed in the postseason and their record, it was remarkable. But as George and I were talking about yesterday, Detroit got knocked out, Boston got knocked out. There was a convergence of events that happened that put the Knicks in the right position. But I'm never taken away from what I saw, because you can tell me San Antonio's got better talent, but I will tell you the Knicks had the better overall team. I'm not necessarily surprised that they're not considered the favorite next year. Are you?
Well, this reminds me again of this happened to the Warriors. The Warriors in 2015, they sort of had ascended. They slowly built that team, put them together, and they had a coach who was getting good production out of them, and Mark Jackson, but they controversially fired him, brought in Steve Kerr, and they won the 2015 title, and people said, well, Kyrie got hurt, Kevin Love got hurt, I can't remember, Kawhi got hurt or whatever, and they slapped an asterisk on it, and they were like, well, Steph Curry, he's good, but blah, blah, blah. And then we saw what happened. Now they didn't win the next year, but they won 73 games, and they won, 2 more after that. So, I will just tell you that I made the mistake of not respecting how good the Knicks 2025 playoff run was, and not respecting them enough that time. And so I went to lengths this year not to disrespect them. And I felt they were playing under a lot of pressure this season, and they answered it. And so I actually think in some ways that they will be playing under less pressure next season, especially if people are going to not expect them to repeat. I mean, that's the thing. People expect every champion to repeat. 5 seconds after you win it, they go, are you going to win it again? And people are basically saying, yeah, we don't think you can do it. And so I think the situation for them is perfect, especially since their whole starting 5 is under contract and all within their prime ages.
Brian, real quick, when you look at that Knicks team and their run, you said, you just said, hey, I didn't respect their 25 run or whatever.
I didn't respect as much as I should have.
Okay, fair enough. What is your biggest, when you remember these finals from their perspective, what is the thing you're going to remember the most?
Well, the memory is going to be Game 4. I mean, the comeback in Game 4 and the atmosphere at the Garden that night, I will always remember. I never experienced what I experienced for the hour after Game 4.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to leave.
Yep.
They were peeling people out of the Garden. All of the former Knicks and former the celebrities and that were just standing on the court, and because they all wanted to talk about how they had just taken in what they just had taken in. Everybody who was involved with that situation, the next day in New York, every Knick fan, everybody was like, well, this is what I was doing. I was with my stepbrother. I was with my sister. I was with my girlfriend. We were at this place. It truly left an indelible mark. What happened in that second half and that comeback, that will be the branded moment of this Knicks team.
All right, Brian Windhorst will be with us till 8:30. We're going to step aside here for just a second. We'll get into the Lakers offseason and free agency, the draft, et cetera, with Brian and all the different machinations that teams could go through here in regards to upgrading their team. But first, Cappy, tell us about your friends at Cardiff.
All right, let me do this for everybody. Hey, look, 70%, probably even more than 70% of small business owners are actively looking for more money, more capital. I know for a fact we got a lot of small business owners in our audience. I am a small business owner myself. When you run a business, you know you need capital.
That's right, Cappy. So if someone out there is thinking, they're listening to us right now, and they're going, hey, man, sucker, I need more cash. My business could use more cash. What's their next step?
Well, I'll tell you what you cannot do. You cannot walk into a bank and then walk out with a business loan. If you want to skip all that red tape and all those bank delays, I want you to check out Cardiff, Cardiff. These guys can get your business up to $500,000 in funding today, the very same day, the day you apply. You can use the money however you see fit. Maybe it's inventory. Maybe you want to expand. Maybe you need money for payroll. Whatever you need to grow your business.
I know what somebody's thinking. They're thinking, is this fresh and new? Is Cappy talking about his own company? But they've been around doing this for a while, right?
Yeah, Cardiff's been helping small business owners for over 2 decades now. They have lent over $12 billion nationwide. By the way, I know these guys well. And they've been in business for a long time.
They've been in business a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as long as I've been doing BAM! That's your one.
That's true. That is true. They have been around a long time. Hey, look, these guys are experts. They can get you approved in minutes with funding in your account the same day. And best of all, the entire application process, I've been talking about this for weeks, takes less than 5 minutes. There's no impact on your personal credit score. Cardiff gets your business funding it needs when it needs it the most.
So, how do you qualify, Cappy?
All right, look, this is easy. I've been mentioning this to you guys for a while. If you've been in business for at least a year, if you're generating $20,000 a month or more in revenue, you could qualify for a $500,000 in same-day business funding.
So if you need cash to grow and don't have time to waste, you need to go see our friends at Cardiff.
See, now you're starting to really get it here.
I am getting it,
You are
Jack.
getting it. Same-day funding, less than 5 minutes for the application, no impact on your personal credit. That's Cardiff. And if your business needs capital, if your business needs money, Cardiff, Cardiff, Cardiff is the solution. Cardiff, cardiff.co/ESPNLA, cardiff.co/ESPNLA. Cardiff, borrow better.
Thank you, Cappy. 7:57 on a windy Wednesday. More windy in 3.5 minutes from right now. But first, let's hear Mario with the latest Summer of Soccer report.
It's time for your Valvoline Instant Oil Change Summer of Soccer update. Here's Mario Ruiz.
Lionel Messi reminded the world why he is still one of football's greatest stars, scoring a hat-trick in Argentina's dominant 3-0 victory over Algeria in their opening match of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The 39-year-old delivered a vintage performance and immediately put Argentina among the early tournament favorites. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo's turn to take center stage. Portugal opens up its World Cup campaign this morning at 10 a.m. against DR Congo in what could be Ronaldo's last appearance on football's biggest stage. For DR Congo, it's a historic return. The nation is back at the World Cup for the first time since 1974 when it competed under the name Zaire.
And that's your Valvoline Instant Oil Change Summer of Soccer update. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. From kickoff to the final whistle, performance matters. Keep your vehicle running strong. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a special offer and locations near you.
Think premium meat has to come with a premium price? Not at Wild Fork Foods. Get Brazilian beef tenderloin for only $10 a pound. Yes, $10 a pound. And Atlantic salmon portions for just $9.98 a pound. That's steakhouse and seafood house quality at home. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. Shop one of their 11 locations or order online for same-day delivery. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods. Quality meat, wild prices.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
It's Bethel Duran, and right now the summer deals are sizzling at Northridge and Wonders Toyota. Lease a brand new 2026 Tacoma for just $279 a month for 36 months plus tax. That's $279 for a brand new Toyota Tacoma. It's got to be Northridge and Wonders Toyota.
Lease based on 2026 Tacoma model 7146. Total SRP of $39,199. Lease and purchase amount of $29,007. $39.99 due at signing, includes first month's payment and $750 acquisition fee. Security deposit may be required on approved credit. Tax, title, license, or extra. Excludes dealer dock fee of $80. Offer ends 6/30/2026.
Yeah, we're just a couple of guys messing around. That's what we are.
Red card penalty. Score big with Waba Grill's new red card combo for a limited time. A mini sweet and spicy chicken bowl, 3-piece chili crisp dumplings, and a side of Wablaze sauce for that extra heat. Then kick it up a notch with our new Penalty Punch, a premium beverage loaded with sweet mango popping boba. It's a flavor finish that hits the back of the neck. Get the red card combo for $9.99. Only at Waba Grill.
Eat, play, stay, and cheer this summer as the world's biggest football tournament comes to LA. Head over to LA Live to enjoy food and drink offerings from over 20 restaurants and watch every match. Catch every soccer moment this summer with your favorite crew. Big matches call for big flavors, so grab your table, order another round, and let's cheer on the world. The action begins July 11th through July 19th. See you at LA Live.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. It's a fruity candy flavor explosion, and I mean explosion. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, a zero-sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. These can take care of my candy cravings and provides a tasty caffeine kick without all the sugar. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get candy-flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh, Dion.
George Sedano.
LA, baby.
Scott Kaplan.
What's up, LA? Yeah.
What's up, LA?
Hey.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
Yes, indeed. 8:02 at KSP in Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. It is a windy Wednesday, and Windy, happy 82nd birthday to Barry Manilow.
Hello, Barry Manilow. Oh, yeah, man.
I could see Windy being a Copacabana guy.
I'm not against it.
You're not anti-Manilow, but you're pro-Manilow.
The great Brian Windhorst from ESPN with us as he is every Wednesday on a windy Wednesday. Shit on him.
And look at him. Now he's on video, too. How about that?
So, Brian, let's start with the LeBron of it all, okay?
It's the LeBron of it all.
Right.
That's an ESPN thing. That's how we say it.
Yeah, oh, yeah? Hey, I didn't know that.
So let's do that. Where are we on negotiations? Where are we on proposals and things of that nature between the Lakers and LeBron James?
I mean, not that they had to wait for now, but after the finals end, the teams are allowed to negotiate with their own free agents, and I believe that has been taking place. I believe there's been negotiation back and forth between LeBron and the Lakers, and there's 2 weeks left between now and the start of free agency. I think it's 2 weeks from today, actually, or tomorrow, something like that. And they have 2 weeks to work something out, and I believe they will work something out. I believe that LeBron will come back to the Lakers and that they will have a deal that represents an equitable salary that will allow for a significant pay cut that will give the Lakers some flexibility to add to the team. And that amount may depend on what the Lakers might be able to do in free agency. It is possible that there could be an impasse and that LeBron would get to July 1st and not be happy with the Lakers and seek elsewhere. I do not want to say it's a done deal, but I think there is an intent from both sides to figure out how to continue this partnership.
You think that there's an active negotiation going on as we speak right now. Is that right?
When you say it that way, it puts me in an aggregatable situation. I think
why are you doing this?
I'm trying to make sure I'm
sides, clear. As is allowed by NBA rules, I
Mhm.
believe the two sides are talking to each other, and I am optimistic that they will continue together.
I only ask it that way because, George, you have said that, we've heard Rich Paul say that, no, I'm not talking to him. I'm not talking about it right now. So I got to think to myself that if LeBron wants to remain a Laker, and I think he does, that he knows that he's probably got to be the first domino that falls. And so this whole notion that they're not having a conversation doesn't seem accurate to me, because I think everybody knows that you got to get LeBron done first, don't you? I mean, don't you guys think that LeBron has to get done before?
Ask Brian. He's been saying it for months.
I mean, Brian, right?
So to try to not have people's eyes glaze over, the Lakers functionally do not have salary cap space until they deal with LeBron. When a player's contract expires, his salary number stays on your books because you have rights to him. And so until the Lakers agree to a contract with LeBron at whatever number it is, or renounce his rights, which is a thing you do in the NBA, and you fill out paperwork and you declare, we no longer have this player and his number comes off our books. Until one of those two things happens, it sits on your books. So the Lakers can't do other business until they deal with LeBron one way or another, either bringing him back or saying goodbye forever. And so, yes, Cappy, they have to deal with it one way or another first. And the same thing, by the way, with all their free agents. Same thing with Rui Hachimura. Same situation. They have to decide what they're doing with him before they can actively execute anything else.
I think Cappy's also point of contention is Rich Paul saying on the McAfee show that he doesn't need to talk to LeBron about this right now, that he has a plan. And my point is, yes, Rich has a plan. He's been empowered to negotiate for LeBron for many years. And
LeBron's playing golf in England right now.
Right.
I think.
Cappy feels like that's not like a possibility.
No, it's possible, but I'm saying that it's not likely. That there's probably some dialogue going on between agent and player. That's all I'm saying. You guys don't think so?
Everything is a negotiation. Rich's comments are a negotiation. So just keep all of that in mind.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, Rich's comments are a negotiation.
Right, but he's also been his agent for 20 years
right.
almost now.
And listen, I understand intimate trust. I do. I get that. I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it may not be like, hey,
LeBron will not agree to a contract without being personally aware of what the contract is.
Right. Once that contract is presented to him, yes.
Yeah. And when dialogue needs to happen, it will happen.
Right.
You have a representative to handle things, so you can go play golf.
And perhaps at that point, there was no dialogue yet.
Perhaps.
So he probably didn't have anything to talk to him about just yet.
Perhaps. And listen, we're kind of just going back and forth on something that I believe that he's not telling you completely the full truth, and you obviously do. But that's neither here nor there. I don't say it's completely
the full truth. I'm just saying that it's semantics.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, there's many things you can get wrapped up in, Cappy. Yeah. Whether LeBron and Rich are talking to each other is not
Cappy
one of them.
loves to get into anything regarding LeBron and Rich Paul.
Well,
he loves this conversation.
Here's my next question, though. If LeBron is the priority, because you can't really do much until you have a decision on that, where then, and I'm going to assume it's in the next position, then how do you go about dealing with the Austin Reeves situation?
Right. So Austin Reeves, his situation with, and I'm so sorry this is so complicated. I apologize. It's complicated, but it's also important. Yes, the Lakers are able to negotiate with Austin Reeves now, and I do not have personal reporting that says that they have talked, but I would be surprised if they haven't talked. The difference is that Austin Reeves' cap number, his cap hold as they call it, is vastly below what his salary is going to be because he's going to get such a big raise. Austin Reeves' cap hold is $21 million. He's going to get way more than that. So the Lakers, whatever he signs for, his cap number just sits at $21 million. They are not forced to deal with him before they deal with anything else. LeBron's cap hold is something like $60 million, and he's not going to be making $60 million. He's going to be making vastly less than that. Austin Reeves' cap number is $21 million. He's going to be making a lot more than $21 million. Now, what you would like is for Austin Reeves not to go into the market, not to go listen to what a team like Chicago or a team like Brooklyn, two teams that might be interested in him, would want, would offer him. And so it's more unlikely that unless the Lakers give him the exact dollar amount that he wants, that he would not at least listen to free agency. Now, maybe the Lakers will offer him what he wants and he will agree before June 30th. That is absolutely possible. But the Lakers have to deal with other suitors, and the cap situation is the exact inverse. They're fine with him. The last piece of business the Lakers will do will be to sign Austin Reeves. It doesn't mean that'll be the last piece of time. It doesn't mean that they'll agree with him last, but he will be the last piece of business, whereas LeBron will be the first piece.
It's about the order of business as opposed in regards to how it's technically presented as opposed to the way it could actually be presented.
Let me ask you guys this question, though. You ready? We talk about LeBron's cap hold $60 million, and Austin Reeves is at $20 million.
Right. That's why you need to go LeBron first to reduce that number.
We've talked about LeBron and what number would be, like, palatable. Like, how could you actually pull this off? The number that everybody's kind of thrown around, Brian, has been $30 million, right? I mean, it's just and it's no reporting. It's just we're just all speculating. Is there any way where LeBron and Austin Reeves have a conversation? They go, hey, look, your cap number's 21, mine's 60. I'll go down to 40, you come up to 40. We both make 40, we're happy. That math doesn't work?
No. Austin has to make the best deal possible independent of LeBron. LeBron has to get as most money as he can independent of Austin Reeves. The LeBron number may depend on what else the Lakers are going to do. You know, I mean, that's why, you know, there may, Rob Pelinka may be able to say to you, well, we're not talking numbers yet. And that may be true because, like, if you're going to ask LeBron to take a certain number, he's probably going to wonder what you're doing with the rest of the money. And if you say to LeBron, hey, LeBron, we're going to cut your pay by $20 million, and LeBron says, well, why? Because I just had an all-NBA level season. We're going to cut your pay by $20 million just because we want to. George, we're going to cut your pay by 60% because we want to. I don't know. That doesn't feel real good. Hey, LeBron, we're going to cut your pay by 60% because we have this wing that we're going to sign and this starting center we're going to sign or we're going to trade for. Oh, you mean I'm going to be playing with those two guys? Yeah. All right, let's talk about it. You know, this is not in a vacuum. There are circumstances around it. LeBron's going to want to know what he's giving up money for. This happened a couple of years ago. The last time he signed this contract he's got right now. He said to the Lakers, I'll take less money if you can go out and sign such and such and so in free agency. They were not able to do it. And so then LeBron took the full amount. I think he'd be willing if the Lakers come to him in partnership, which I believe they will. I think it's fungible. The number is fungible depending on who else is going to be on his team.
Yeah, listen, I think you have to have a plan, and I do want to get into that in just 1 second. I want to ask you about their ways to improve the team because Rob Pelinka has stressed that trade is the most likely scenario there. So I wanted to kind of present to the audience what that could potentially look like, in theory, okay? But before that, Cappy, let's talk about our friend Jacob and Ronnie here real quick. It's midweek in L.A., and we're not going anywhere. We'll be with Brian in 60 seconds here. Midweek in L.A., you see more bikes on the road than ever. People riding to work, to class, to grab lunch, to stay out of traffic because traffic for the big soccer matches is clearly unavoidable at this point.
Mm-hmm. But when a driver is driving around, doesn't look in their mirror, drifts into a bike lane, opens a door without looking, the person on the bike, unfortunately, that's the person who takes the worst of it. Because bicycle accidents can leave you with broken bones, road rash, shoulder injuries, and then all of a sudden those bills start to show up real fast.
Yeah, and if that happens to you, you got to just call Jacob. It's very simple. Call our guy, Jacob and Ronnie, at 800-345-6789. Jacob and Ronnie and his team can review the crash, deal with the insurance company, and help protect your claim while you focus on healing.
Yeah, the consultation is free. You get a no-obligation case review. And, again, no money out of pocket unless Jacob wins. So don't let an insurance adjuster rush you into a low offer.
Yep, just call Jacob at 800-345-6789 or call jacob.com.
8:14 in the morning. I know Windy likes the quack, quack. Quack, quack.
There we go. So, Brian, the Lakers have 3 tradable first-round picks. Do I have that correct? Yes.
They have 2 futures, and then they can trade this year's after the draft.
Right, 25. Right. So what, like, again, I'm not asking, I don't want you to get aggregated, so I'm not asking you to, like, make a trade. Like, in theory, could they trade those assets for tangible players who could be rotation guys?
Yes. So as you know, typically in the NBA, you have to quote unquote match salaries for a trade. If you trade a player making $20 million, the player that coming back has to be within 25% of that. There's some ways that would change, but you can't just trade, like in baseball, you can trade a guy making $100 million for a prospect. In football, you can do the same thing as long as you've got the cap space. You can, for example, Jared Verse doesn't make the same as Myles Garrett, right?
Yeah.
So the Rams had to have the cap space to absorb the differential, but you can do that. In the NBA, you can't, except when you have salary cap space. When you have salary cap space, you can absorb that player's contract. It almost works almost like a free agent signing. So if you like a player on another team, you can say, I'll take that player. He makes $20 million. We take the whole $20 million onto our books. The other team gets what's called a trade exception for $20 million, which you have to then go spend elsewhere. That's a way the Lakers could do something. Now, you don't just get a player for flat out free. You don't just, oh yeah, we'll take your star player. You have to put other things in the deal, and in this case, the Lakers could put in draft assets. But when you have cap space, you don't have to make an even swap in terms of salaries, and that's what Rob Pelinka was talking about when he says you can use your cap space in trades. You don't just have to use it to sign players.
Wendy, I think all of us assume, and maybe this is not the smart thing to do, but assume that LeBron will be back. It's a foregone conclusion, or so it feels like.
I don't know about foregone conclusion, but I think it's probable that it will happen.
The reason I use that phrase, foregone conclusion, is because I was hoping you were going to jump in and say, maybe not. Like, is there a chance, is there a world where LeBron does not come back and play for the Lakers?
Yeah, look, they say, well, we got $10 million for you, and that's it. And, we want this to be Luke. They basically they insult him with an offer or whatever. But I'll just point out, and this is a thing, and I understand why, as a Laker fan, you've been excited about the idea of cap space, because this is the Miami Heat had cap space one year and turned up LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Mike Miller, and I was like, that sounds like cap space. But the Lakers don't really have much cap space, and they don't have much cap space because you have LeBron and Rui Hachimura. So let's say you blow those guys out. You say, we're done with them. We want new players. Those guys averaged 32 points, 10, 11 rebounds, and like 7 or 8 assists a game last year. So congratulations. Clearly, to improve your team, you have to replace that production and add to it. Okay? Show me the pathway. Now, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying there's not a do, but I am prepared to be shown the plan of having LeBron go and then using that space to sign a player. Go look at the free agents. Go tell me what free agent you're signing. Go tell me what, and even if you say, well, Giannis, okay, fine. You could actually trade for Giannis just with the cap space. The Bucks would never do this, but it would be possible for the Lakers to take Giannis off of the Bucks and just place them on the roster for sending no players out. The Bucks aren't doing that deal, but it is possible under the rules. And if you told me that that's what you were going to do, then I would say, well, then thank you, LeBron, for your time. We'll see you later. But I don't see that plan for the Lakers. I think what the Lakers' realistic plan is they're not going to build a championship team with this cap space. What they're going to do is they're going to retain the bulk of a very good team and try to add a piece or two or three that improves them, that when Luka is healthy, hopefully in the playoffs next year, they've got a much better hand. Again, there may be some other plan out there that I don't see where the Lakers come out of this with a $50 million future Hall of Famer. I know they've got a future Hall of Famer already available and wants to re-sign with them.
Yeah, look, that's the move. Add more depth to this team and give yourself a fighting chance against the likes of OKC and San Antonio and whatnot. And by the way, for Rui, I would imagine, there's plenty of smoke about the Spurs interested in someone like Rui, and they have the ability to sign him. So the Lakers are going to have some competition for a guy even like Hachimura.
So the quote unquote mid-level exception, the amount of money that a team who's not in the tax, who doesn't have cap space, can spend on a free agent, is about $15 million. I think Rui made $17 million last year. I might have to check me on that. I don't have the numbers up right in front of me. I think he made about 17. That would represent a pay cut. So if Rui went to another team like the Spurs have $15 million to spend. If Rui wants to go take a pay cut, sure. I mean, that's the team that could win the championship next year. The Lakers have the ability to basically give him easily more money if they want to keep him. And I'm just going to say, if Rui walks out the door, your starting forward, who's one of the better big man three-point shooters in the league, is now gone. Okay, now you've got his $17 million in cap space. Now replace that production and improve the team together. Maybe you got the player. I don't know. But, like I've seen Dean Wade mentioned with the Lakers. If you have Rui Hachimura and you add Dean Wade, because Dean Wade is a 6'10" guy who defends, not as good of a three-point shooter as he was years before. Now we're talking about adding to the roster. If Rui Hachimura goes and then you sign Dean Wade, I think
worse. Yeah.
I'm not trying to be defeatist. I'm just trying to be realistic.
No, 100%. Now, anything else on the Lakers cap before we move on to Giannis, which is the next big fish?
I think we've covered the entire Lakers situation.
I would just say that the Lakers, if they just had Luka healthy, they won. They are not in a desperate situation. They won 53 games. They have Luka in his prime. They are located in Los Angeles. If Luka is healthy, and the Lakers have two more players in the rotation that are quality players, especially if one was a center, they might have gotten to the conference finals. Now, not because they would have beaten Oklahoma City, but they maybe would have not won 53 games. Maybe they win 58 games or 60 games, and they're home court. Like, they don't have to rip this team to shreds. They have a lot going for them. Agreed. They are going to be underdogs, but they have a lot going for them.
And I would add, and I said this yesterday, I feel a lot more confident about the Lakers moving forward. I'm more bullish on them over the next 3 to 5 years, just based on their new infrastructure and their ability to add to the organization in places where good teams add to the organization where it's uncapped, right? Coaching staff, training staff, front office, et cetera. So I'm bullish on them just kind of moving forward in general because of the new ownership and things of that nature that come along with that. So, all right, let's talk Giannis here for a second. This is obviously a very complicated situation. My read on this situation is this, and you tell me where you lie on this. My read is one of the owners, right, has put this kind of I don't want to call it a fake deadline, but a deadline nonetheless, right, of the draft. And I understand there is a level of gravity to the draft and urgency because you can allow teams to give you, make picks for you in this particular draft, okay? But they don't love what Miami's been offering. Maybe at the deadline they liked it for that particular time and place. But now Miami could add a little more, right, involving picks, swaps, things of that nature, but still not blowing them away because they have a bunch of B players, maybe C-plus players, and some picks, right? And now the picks are worth more because the middle teams are in a better position, right? However, they don't have an A or A- level player that they can flip for more assets in a rebuild. Or keep, right? Either one. To rebuild around, right? And it feels like Boston, depending on the reporting from day to day, is interested in trading Jaylen Brown or not. So how do you feel this Giannis thing ends? Is there even a possibility he's back in Milwaukee? Like, what does your gut say about how this thing transpires over the next several days?
So Jimmy Haslam owns the Cleveland Browns, and he owns he's a half governor of the Milwaukee Bucks. He is the guy who came out and said, we need to have something done by the draft. Okay, that was about 5-6 weeks ago. What is the name of the gentleman? I apologize, I'm not an NFL guy. What is the name of the gentleman who's the general manager of the Rams?
Les Snead, yes.
Les Snead.
Mm-hmm.
I read multiple stories that were very well reported by ESPN and elsewhere about how the Myles Garrett trade went down. it looked to me like Les Snead, or at least somebody from the Rams, and Andrew Berry, the head of the football for the Browns, talked about. And if I'm not mistaken, and please, this is your guys' expertise, if I'm not mistaken, there were times where the Rams actually offered more draft capital than they traded.
Yes, because they were at that time. Jared Verse was not part of the deal.
Correct.
There you go. So what got the deal done with Jimmy Haslam?
Giving them a player.
Yeah, right.
A younger player who is a star on some level, not the star of Myles Garrett, who is under controllable contract, right? Like, even I know the guy can be a free agent, but they can franchise him or whatever. He's going to be a Brown, right? That's what I think this is all about. I don't think the Bucs want to make a trade that is heavily based in draft capital. They want draft capital, but like, for example, the Warriors offered them 4 first-round picks at the deadline. 4. Okay, most of them were going to be when Steph Curry is retired. And they were like, well, what players are being offered? Well, we've got Draymond Green and we've got Brandon Pajemski, or, whatever, Jonathan Kuminga. All right, we'll talk to you guys in the summer. Okay? The Miami Heat is offering, I don't even know what's in their offer. And by the way, I don't even like using the word offer, because you use offer and then the agents and the executives come after it because it ends up being a whole thing. With all due respect to Tyler Hero, like, he is good enough to help your team get to the play-in. I mean, he's a 20-point scorer. He hits threes. He'll put up 50. If you let him. That's not a player that is Jared Verse, right?
No.
So good back and forth between football and basketball here. This helps football meatheads like me really, really dig in on this stuff. Way to go, Windy.
And Jaylen Brown is a higher up the food chain than Jared Verse, right? Jaylen Brown is a multi-time All-NBA player, under contract though, and a Finals MVP, etc. But under contract and a bona fide top 15 player in the NBA, top 15, 20, whatever you want to call it. He was second team All-NBA this year. Probably many people had him on first team All-NBA. So that's the type of thing that I think gets people to sit up in their chair, whether or not it happens or not. Like, so the thing about it is Miami, the team that has been most persistent in trying to pull this off, they don't have that piece. Now, if the Bucs are resigned to, like, listen, we can't go through another season like this, and we've got to move on, we've got to retrofit our team. Maybe they take Miami's offer and they say, well, there's a couple of players, there's so much draft capital we can get. Maybe we can flip that. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do that. Maybe they take the best offer that they can get and say, maybe we should have traded Giannis a year ago. But right now is no time, especially on June 17th when the draft isn't for 6 days. Why would they compromise on what they want, which is the most premium package you could possibly get with the most premium player you could possibly get? So that's my read on it. My read on it is they want a premium player or players. 2033 draft picks, like, those could end up being very valuable, but 2033 draft picks aren't rushing the quarterback in the first week of September.
Right. And you know what?
2033 draft picks aren't helping the Bucs sell tickets in October.
Yeah. And if you're the Bucs, and especially if you're the Bucs fan base, you know what you don't want the Bucs to become?
What?
The Browns.
Thank you, Windy.
Yeah.
I mean, Windy, you led me to the Jared Verse thing. And when I said Jared Verse, you were like, bang. I mean, you were leading the witness. I just tried to reciprocate.
He's like Greenberg. When I started talking about Jared Verse and Myles Garrett to Mike Greenberg, his eyes lit up. Like, he's like, oh, now this is what I want to talk about, the NFL. We're in the doldrums here. Give me some NFL talk.
You're exactly right. Me and my boy Greeny, we are right there.
Yeah.
Coup d'etat.
Well, listen, Brian, I'm genuinely. Do you think this actually goes till draft day with Giannis? Potentially?
I have no reason to believe it couldn't.
Right.
I mean, I think what you do in your negotiations, you create a fake deadline, right? You say, like, well, if we're going to be traded a draft pick here, we really got to know, because one of the prime pieces that the Heat can offer is the number 13 pick. And by the way, if the Heat could offer the number 4 pick, now that's a premium player you can get. Like, it's unknown, but like, that's different. But the 13th pick, like, yeah, you might be able to get another Tyler Hero there. So, you could have Tyler Hero, and you could. Wasn't Tyler Hero pick 13th?
I believe, yeah. I mean, this is a better draft than that draft, but yes, similar.
Fair enough.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
And then you could get like Khalil Ware. Like, does anybody in Los Angeles know who Khalil Ware is? Like,
the Lakers could use Khalil Ware.
I don't know who he is.
I agree. Well, if the Bucks get him, maybe the Lakers should call.
Actually, to bring it all full circle, I actually said the other day the Lakers should try to help facilitate a Miami deal because we know they won't facilitate a Boston deal.
Well.
Because they could probably get something.
You're saying something real there, George, because I always think about, do you remember when Carmelo Anthony was about to be traded to the Nets?
Yeah.
And, they were making this big offer for him and everything, and Carmelo didn't want to go to the Nets. He wanted to go to the Knicks, and he basically told him that, and Mikhail Prokhorov had this press conference, and he said, the meeting with Carmelo is hereby canceled. Yes. And then the next day, the Jazz called up and said, hey, is that stuff still available? How'd you like Darren Williams? And they traded for Darren Williams the next day. If Miami has spent the last 4 or 5 months thinking about what they're going to trade for Giannis, and Giannis either doesn't get traded or gets traded somewhere else, maybe somebody else calls the Heat and says, hey, while those guys are still on the table, can we have another discussion?
Right.
And there could be a number of teams that could get involved with that.
And one last thing before we let you go, and I'm sorry that I'm keeping you an extra minute here.
No, I've got some time. I've got wiggle room. I've got some wiggle room.
What is the future of Kawhi Leonard?
Great question.
Solid.
The Clippers are one of the more fascinating teams going into this offseason. Number one, we don't know about aspiration. Okay. Number two, the Clippers have made several moves to get younger. Traded James Harden, traded Zubac, and they have 3 guys in their mid-30s who are under contract with team options for next year that they can wave goodbye to in the next 2 weeks and not owe $1. That's Brook Lopez, Nick Batum, and Bogdan Bogdanovic. It's something like $40 or $50 million between those 3 guys. Plus Bradley Beal. Don't forget about him. Okay? They could probably move off him. They still owe him like $6 million, but they could move off of him. All right? If they wanted to, the Clippers could have cap space. If they wanted. And they got the number 5 pick. They're going to draft a dude who they can put next to, they need to re-sign Ben Mathurin. They could put a dude next to Darius Garland and Ben Mathurin and whoever the number 5 pick is, and they could wave a goodbye to those guys in their 30s and say, we're going to get other players, and they could be sitting there with cap space and Kawhi Leonard on the last year of his deal at $50 million. I don't know. To me, with Kawhi, the last thing you're doing is letting him play a 1-year deal. If he's not punished and he's just kept on that deal and he's able to play, there's no fallout from that. You're either extending his contract or you're trading him. And all of their moves at the deadline were to get younger. And if they waive all these 30-year-olds, maybe they waive 2 of the 3. Maybe they say, you know what, we want to keep Brook Lopez, or maybe they want to keep Batum or whatever. But if they waive all 3 of those guys and they just made 2 trades to get younger and they're drafted number 5 pick, what are they going to do with like 33-year-old Kawhi Leonard? That's a wide open question.
All right.
The great Brian Windhorst on a windy Wednesday. Last question for me.
No. I was just going to thank you, Brian. You're the best.
Thank you, Brian. So on Sunday, happy Father's Day, by the way, Wendy.
Yes, happy Father's Day.
Will you be watching Colombo Marathon or the U.S. Open final round from Shinnecock?
I'm flying to New York for the draft, and I took the latest flight I can possible so that I can watch the U.S. Open. But my son is in some baseball tournament, some 8-year-old baseball tournament. I'll probably be watching that baseball tournament with the U.S. Open on my phone, pretending like I'm taking pitch by pitch, and then flying to New York that night.
Beautiful, Wendy. Safe travels. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us.
See you, Brian.
Have a great day, guys.
Later, Wendy.
Now, see, Sedano, it wasn't that Wendy was tight on schedule. He had till 9 a.m.
Yeah.
We had to keep it tight because of Cappy's guy coming
Jay
on.
Wright.
The
I'm
great Jay Wright.
Coach Jay Wright.
I'm excited about having
Jay
Jay
Wright.
Wright
I think the Kawhi question needed to be asked because no one's talking about him, and I think he could be a big chess piece that could move.
No, it was great. But first, let me talk about my friends at LifeSource. Johnny I's friends, my friends. You know what you got to do at LifeSource?
I get out of the shower, I do a happy dance, and then I suck on the tap.
That's right, Johnny I. LifeSource, the LifeSource water system. It's the essential home appliance. If you live in L.A. like I do, or in OC, whether I'm in Whittier or OC, you know what's the same thing? That tap water. It's disgusting. Who wants that tap water? All that chlorine makes you feel sticky, makes you feel yucky. Well, guess what you got to do? You got to get that LifeSource water system. I made the switch to LifeSource. Johnny, I made the switch to LifeSource. We ain't never going back. We don't want to be city water sleazeballs no more.
Esquivoso.
LifeSource is a Pasadena-based company. LifeSource has been building, installing, and supporting customers across Southern California for over 40 years. Here's the best part going on right now for the month of June. Before 4th of July, get their summer special. LifeSource is paying your sales tax. That's up to $1,000. A G-ball. $1,000, sucker. Off a new system, but only through July 4th. Call the factory today at 1-800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. 1-800-WATER-99, LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource. Taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply. The great Jay Wright joins us next on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
If you run a small business, you know that opportunities and emergencies don't wait. So don't let big banks hold your business hostage with weeks of endless red tape and paperwork. Turn to Cardiff. Cardiff is America's favorite small business lender with a 5-minute application that won't impact your personal credit. You get approved in minutes and funded the same day for up to $500,000. If you've been operating for at least a year with $20,000 a month in revenue, skip the bank delays. Go to Cardiff/ESPNLA right now to secure your funding. That's cardiff.co/ESPNLA.
Right now, there's a real demand for experienced brick and block layers. You can earn up to $55.10 an hour, plus full family health care, dental, vision, a pension, and annual pay increases. This isn't just a job, it's a future. Work on high-profile projects like OC Vibe, sports stadiums, and schools you'll be proud to say you built. Join the International Union of Bricklayers and Allied Craftsmen Local 4. Call 626-739-5600 or visit BAC4CA.org. Become a part of the best hands in the business.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. It's springtime in SoCal, and you're still on those same old floors? Make a power move with Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Hardwood, laminate, waterproof vinyl, carpet, turf, all in stock. They even have Core-Tec, the original 100% waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof, luxury vinyl flooring in a ton of colors ready and in stock. Visit the showroom off the 5 next to the Commerce Casino or check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, and no spring sale beats wholesale.
Big boy. All right, guys, real talk. Are you a crust lover or one of those crust leavers? Because I got to tell you, Pizza Hut's new crispy parm pan pizza is next level. It's the original pan crust you already love, but now they've baked Parmesan cheese right onto the edge. I'm talking crispy, golden, cheesy crunch with that soft, fluffy inside. Grab a medium, one-topping crispy parm pan for just $11.99 or go large for $3 more. Order now at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Limited time offer. Additional charges for extra cheese, toppings, and recipes.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV. But if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice-proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. It's like a stretch 4.
It is like a stretch 4, Jack. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. I don't know why Sedano and Kap are standing in the air. I know I can think go in the studio. 8:39 on a windy Wednesday. What are you so upset about, Cappy? We're trying to get your guy Jay Wright, and we're playing native New Yorker because the Knicks won the finals, and Jay Wright coached a lot of these guys. Mm-hmm. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Cale Bridges.
Right.
What are you mad about?
Well, it's just the stuff we talk about.
Yeah, well, guess what?
Technology around here.
You can only do so much, guys.
That's not a good enough answer.
Hear that? Not a good enough answer. My man Sedano said.
A conversation with the market manager.
Well, guess what? He changes his opinion everything like his underwear. So good luck with that.
Well, he understands where we're coming.
Is he going to come in and do the show?
Next Friday?
Not his job.
Next Friday the 26th? Get him to do it? He knows content.
So, anyway.
Oh, my goodness.
Thanks to Brian Windhorst for joining us there.
Yep. Terrific.
The Kawhi thing is going to be fascinating because I do think there is a real possibility he will not be a Clipper.
Let me ask you something. We kind of ran out of time with Windy. He mentioned Brook Lopez. Is Brook Lopez a guy that the Lakers, because they definitely had some interest last time around. Is Brook Lopez a body that could actually just be serviceable for a year?
He played pretty well for the Clippers down the stretch last year.
Yeah, for a year. You know, like if you're going to just do...
I mean, you're adding one more year, though, to his, like he's old now. He gave them a really good second half of the season when they traded Zubac.
How old do you think Brook Lopez is?
It's got to be he's got to be late 30s at this point.
Just thinking to myself that if you need a center, and I'm not talking about an everyday, 40-minute a game guy.
38.
But if you have a guy who can give you 20 minutes a game and has a big body and has all the experience.
But he's not like really the type of player that thrives with Luka. Luka needs more of a vertical spacer. He's more of a pick and pop kind of guy.
I'm just looking for size,
Yeah, he's got size. He's still a pretty decent defender, particularly at the rim. But he's just not the ideal player with Luka necessarily.
You know who I thought the Lakers might pursue, and this is before the finals, was Mitchell Robinson. And I like Mitchell Robinson a lot, and he made that huge rebound.
He's more of a vertical spacer.
But he there was a point in the game.
He's going to get paid.
Number one, he's going to get paid. And the second one is, man, he looked like he was out of shape at times during the finals. I was like, how's that possible? But I give him all the credit, man. He did have that huge rebound against Wemby. So, all right, so I see Coach Wright is getting ready to join us. How we doing there, Bergie? We doing all right?
We have him on
video, but not on audio.
No.
Okay, well, we'll work.
What you guys just do? Just go all video. Just go in the other room and talk to him, and I'll fill time here.
Really? Is that what you want us to do?
Not really, but I don't know another option.
I will admit that here was my mistake.
Shocking, you made a mistake.
Well, but hold on a second. When I said yesterday to Coach Wright, I said, hey, listen, it'd be great. He goes, oh, you want to do video? I go, yeah. I made the mistake. I forgot that he would also have to be on the phone. So that was my mistake.
Yeah, you'd thought we'd actually run this place like a normal place.
Yeah, and you thought that I would actually be able to have the funding to be able to do these things.
I mean, yes, I did.
Yeah, well,
I did think that.
All right.
So listen, while we get
I've
ready. I've
literally been complaining about this for 10 months.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, and nothing's getting done, huh?
Well, Jay Wright's on video, but not on audio.
Okay, we'll figure it out here in a second. Hey, while we have a moment, though.
Yeah.
Can I just say that watching the World Cup yesterday, did you guys watch the performance?
I watched Messi's hat trick, and Kylian Mbappe had a couple of goals. And
here's what we're going to do. We need to, now we're really up against it.
Okay.
So tell us about the wellness company, and then we'll figure it out from there.
So you mean what I was about to say?
Please just go. Please go.
Thing was not happening, really? Okay, I'll talk about the wellness company. It's a pleasure to talk about the wellness company. I have my thing right here. Here's my medical emergency kit. I bring it with me everywhere I go. Everybody should have one of these because if you get sick and you wait and you got that terrible chest cold and then you wait and you got to go to urgent care and you got to go to the pharmacy or you got to get a doctor's appointment, what a waste of your time. You're spending time not getting better. You're holding on to that sickness. What you do is you get a medical emergency kit. You open this thing up, and all the medications that you might need are right in here, whether that's amoxicillin or a Z-Pak or a variety of other medications. And then how do you know what to take? You go to the guidebook. Once you get into the guidebook, you're like, these are my symptoms. And they say, okay, based on these symptoms, you likely have this, and you should take this medication. Every kid who's going to camp, every kid who's going off to college, and every family who's got a summer vacation should have one of these, and they should have it immediately. So here's what you do. Go to urgentcarekit.com /710, urgentcarekit.com /710. Use our promo code 710. You're saving $45 on the medical emergency kit.
Thank you so much, Cappy. He is there now at 8:43 in the morning. The great Jay Wright.
All right, Coach.
Coach Wright.
How are you guys? Great to be with you.
Yeah, Coach. Listen, you got to be a proud Papa man right now. You won a couple championships in college with a couple of these guys, and now you've seen them win an NBA championship. What was it like for you?
It was incredible, man. It was like being a proud Papa. Honestly, anybody that has children, they have great families. They don't need another dad, but when you're a coach, you kind of look at them that way. And I'm watching that game, and I'm just saying, look at these guys all grown up, taking care of business, handling everything with class, incredible competitiveness, reaching their dreams. I was just sitting back in my glory, just loving it, so happy for them.
Coach, I really wanted to talk to you about this because I just love stories like these. When you go back and you look at the recruiting of these three kids, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Mikal Bridges, it seems to me like Jalen Brunson is a superstar in high school, and he's an obvious choice. Mikal Bridges also very, very, really amazing career. But Josh Hart played high school basketball apparently at some place where, like, government officials' kids go to school. He was not like a highly recruited guy. Can you tell the story about, apparently you went to a game, you were recruiting somebody else, and you found Josh Hart. Is that really the story?
It really, he went to Sidwell Friends, which is one of the best academic high schools in America. Barack Obama's kids went there. There's politicians showed it is high level academics. They do have a good basketball program though in the private school league, very, very successful. But I was watching him in AAU ball. We were recruiting a kid, Robinson. I can't remember his first name, but he was a really highly rated guy. He wound up going to Indiana. And I'm watching the games and I'm saying to my assistant, Billy Lang, who's now on the Knicks staff, I'm saying, like, who is this guy getting every rebound, diving all over the floor? I mean, he played exactly on that AAU team. I'm like, who is this guy? And they're telling me, like, he might not be our level, So we kept watching. I'm just saying, I like this guy, man. I like this Hart guy. So we said, let's go watch him play a high school game. We went to a high school game. Within the first 3 minutes, he had 2 fouls. They sat him down. He was physically so aggressive. He was in foul trouble. He gets 2 fouls in the second half. He's got 4 fouls. He plays a total of like 10 minutes in the entire game. And Billy Lang says to me after the game, like, what do you think? Should we offer him a scholarship? I'm like, I only saw him for like 10 minutes. How can I? The dude's in foul trouble the whole time. But we both said, like, he's so competitive, so aggressive. We just got off from a scholarship. And we did, and after that we followed him and just kept seeing more and more. He just kept growing and developing, getting better and better, to the point where no one ever talks about this, but his senior year in college was 2017. We were the number 1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament. He was our leading scorer. He was runner-up for National Player of the Year. He was an incredible scorer in college.
Well, all these kids they had incredible careers.
Well,
I mean,
and by the way, Laker fans loved him. They hated to see him go in the trade for Anthony Davis at the time. They understood, obviously, because that's how it works in professional sports. But he is beloved here, I think, still in Los Angeles in a lot of ways.
I agree.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Coach, Jalen Brunson, though, when he's coming out of high school, he's got connections to the Philadelphia area, right? I mean, he's like from New Jersey, but then went to Chicago. He's part of a basketball family, but Villanova was always kind of on his radar. In terms of recruiting Jalen Brunson, yes, the resume in high school was there, but did you know that he was going to be what he became, not just at Nova, but obviously what he's become now in the NBA? Could you have projected that?
Hell no. Hell no. We did have great connections. I was the head coach at Hofstra University in Long Island, New York, and when Jalen was born to Rick and Sandra Brunson, Rick Brunson was in Australia as a professional player, so Sandra was living at her home in Long Island, which was right next to Hofstra, where she grew up with her family. So Rick would come back all the time and work out at Hofstra when he was coming home to be with Jalen and Sandra. Jalen was like 6 months old. So we had a great connection. And there was even a time when we recruited him, I said to Rick, I think he just might be too small, and when he committed to us, which was the fall of his senior year, he was not yet even a McDonald's All-American or Illinois State Player of the Year. He was still growing. He was a great player. and was well respected. But I think Kansas, Kentucky, they kind of looked at him but thought they went for other guys. But as he grew during his senior year, all of a sudden, by the end of his senior year, he's Illinois State Player of the Year, Illinois State Champion, McDonald's All-American. People started realizing like, this guy's a hell of a player. Still, though, was not thought of at that time, even on the level of some other highly touted recruits.
Jay Wright, former Villanova coach, CBS Sports, Turner Sports with us here on Sedano Kap on 710 ESPN here in Los Angeles. Where do you think Jalen has grown the most since you've had him at Nova and in his journey in the NBA?
He's taken all the things that we do here at Villanova, the mindset, the footwork, and he's taken it to the NBA where, I never coached in the NBA. So there were certain things in college that we didn't allow him to do, like some of those 1-foot floaters, some of those fadeaways. Like they weren't allowed to do that in college. He's taken what we taught him in terms of footwork, using his physicality to his advantage, and then he's added a lot of footwork, a lot of types of shots, floaters, fadeaways in the post, and incorporated that within the NBA game that we could have never done for him.
Amazing. Coach, I when I watched this Knicks championship, I thought to myself, and George and I went back and forth, and George was there for all of the Western Conference finals on TV. He's doing the finals on radio. He's embedded. But I'm out here. I'm out in L.A., and I'm going, but the Knicks have the team. And the team is because you've got these three guys that played together in college. 2 of them won 2 national titles. 3 of them together won 1 national title. To me, having that relationship from college, it's so unusual to have it in pro sports where 3 guys would be college champions and play on one team. Do you think that bond and their success in the past was a massive contribution to what the Knicks accomplished this year?
I definitely do, and you make a great point. You think about they all played together for 4 years. Jalen's the only one that was there 3, and Jalen graduated in 3 years. So you have all that time together, right? Then they go to the NBA, and they all come back in the summer here and work out together here. Then they get on the same team in the NBA, and they're together for a couple years to get and they're NBA veterans, right? They've been in the league for a while. I don't think you'll ever be able to see that again because no one stays on the same team in college for that long and can develop that foundation together and then also go to the NBA and gain some experience and play together there. It's going to be interesting to see how they take this and grow it now that they've got the bullseye on their back.
Coach, real quick, before we let you go, we'd be remiss to not ask you about this draft since you covered college basketball for CBS and Turner this year. When you look at the top of the draft, Peterson, Boozer, DeBonsa, et cetera, Caleb Wilson, who is the most intriguing athlete there in regards to their NBA prospects? We got about a minute or so here.
I think of those guys that you mentioned, I think they're all can't-miss guys. I think they've got character, they got talent. I think Caleb Wilson is the most intriguing because you've seen him grow and develop. He's young. You don't really know how far he can take it. You kind of feel like there's something in there that you haven't seen. I feel like the other guys all kind of showed you what they can do. They're going to all get better in the NBA. But Caleb Wilson might have something in there that we haven't seen yet. I think you can't miss on any one of them. But I think with Caleb, you have a chance that he could be even better than we all think. But you also have a chance. Like what we saw is what you're going to get. Mm-hmm. But he's the most intriguing.
All right, Coach Jay Wright with us here. Coach, thank you so much for the time.
We
appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.
Great talking to you guys. Take care.
You too. See you.
Sedano and Kap Morning Show. The digital hour is next, Jack.
Oh yeah, injured in a crash? A slip and fall? settle small, you've gotta make the call. He does the heavy lifting, he handles the fight. Big Tony steps in and makes it alright. No baloney, call Big Tony. He fights, he delivers, your victory is waiting. No fee till we win. He gets the compensating. No baloney, call Big Tony. 866-456-8669.
BigTonyLaw.com.
Attorney advertising primary results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Tony is attorney Tony Ward, primary office in Los Angeles, California.
The next great story in Los Angeles is happening in Glendale. Hyundai of Glendale is now open. Lease a new 2026 Hyundai Palisade SC for just $299 a month. Plus, enjoy owner's assurance and America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Call 818-222-8000 or visit HyundaiofGlendale.net.
$299 per month plus tax. Closed in lease for 24 months. $39.99 total due at signing plus government fees and taxes. On approved above average credit through HMF. Zero security deposit. 75 miles per year. 20 cents per excess miles. Expire 6/30/26.
4th of July weekend checklist. Sunscreen? Check. Snacks? Check. Road trip playlist? Check. Now, when's the last time you checked your oil? Before you hit the road, head to Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a fast 15-minute stay-in-your-car oil change, and no appointment is ever needed. Plus, they'll check your fluids, battery, wipers, and more, so you can worry less about your car and focus more on the weekend ahead. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a special offer and your nearest location. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Quick, easy, and road trip approved.
When we started Oakland Roots Sports Club, we needed a strong foundation. Gusto has had our back since day one, making sure every hire, every paycheck, and every player is taken care of. They're the team behind our team. With Gusto, we stay rooted and give Oakland the love it deserves. I'm Idris Argandawal, co-founder of Oakland Roots and Gusto customer since 2018.
See why 500,000 businesses trust Gusto for payroll, HR, and more. Get started for free at gusto.com/roots.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The great part about being a dad is the ability to fall asleep in my chaise lounge in Oasis. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Soccer watch party at Sideline. Saturday the 20th. Adidas giveaway and Av Alta players. Go!
Number 2.
A free bucket cap for Dad the 21st. Then Father's Day bingo to win a share of over 25 grand.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away 3 Corvette Stingrays June 28th. You could drive off a winner.
Morongo. Good times.
All right, if building a winning culture was a sport, Mike Capozio's got a championship banner hanging at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Well said, Travis. But it starts with the people. Believe in your team and they'll deliver every time.
And that's exactly what happens. Award-winning dealership, massive SoCal presence. So what's the secret, Mike?
No secret, Travis. No secret at all. Just do the right thing by your customers, give them what they want, make it easy, and stand behind it.
And that is how dynasties are built.
Come see us in Fontana off the 210 freeway at Sierra or online at RotoloChevy.com.
This summer's biggest football watch party experience is happening at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. Catch every Mexico and USA match live, surrounded by non-stop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, grab fire asada tacos, slow braised quesadilla, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more while you cheer on your team with the entire Mercado. Mercado Gonzalez, your soccer fan paradise this summer. Join us every Mexico and USA match at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
Summer of soccer is here, and there's no better place to watch than Rockin' Brews. Catch every match on massive LED screens with surround sound, drink specials, and game day favorites like our new El Clasico burger. Whether you're backing Team USA or cheering on your home country, grab your crew, raise a glass, and catch every match at Rockin' Brews, serving those who rock. Visit rockinbrews.com for your nearest location.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station. It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
What is the difference between 50
you
million?
Get like super
20?
Crazy to the bone real.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like to the bone real.
Yes.
They're not winning it next year anyway because you're not climbing over San Antonio and Oklahoma City in one spot. You got to sell all your season tickets. You got to sell your games on Spectrum. You got to be good for the Lakers brand now and going forward for the next star. So the real thing that you should do is you should pay LeBron the money. Do it on a one-year deal. Don't give him multiple years. Give him what he wants on a one-year deal.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Don't the Rams say bleep them picks?
Yes.
That was a long time ago. Different now. Now they're good at the picks.
Yeah, but didn't they do that and win the Super Bowl?
They did.
This is a bleep them picks trade.
Yeah, what was it?
Horn-chins.
Yeah,
Horn-chin.
Sedano is a guy who's like, hey, I've been around the NBA 20 years. I can draw plays up on the board. I can do
God.
What do you mean, oh, God? What do you mean?
A little sabor?
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the Love Boat, or do you want me to do the Love Boat?
The Art, I don't even know what you're talking
about. No, here it is. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to Bit boy. Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Oh, just one more thing.
On the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Give him a big giant hug and say, we can't wait to see you back. And you kick the can down the road for a year.
Yeah. 9:02 and 35 seconds. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Windy Wednesday. Thank you to Windy who joined us earlier. If you missed it, go back on the YouTube or the podcast. Just search Sedano and Kap Morning Show. ESPN LA sub up on this June 17th. Mike Trudell, the Rat, will join us in a few moments. But first, the Rat, do the thing.
This thing right here?
Yeah, do it.
You ready?
It's usually Windy's favorite part, but he had to go early today. As we count down just days, you see it if you're watching in the digital hour on YouTube. July 9th, the Summer of Schwans. A man who will definitely be in here during the Summer of Schwans. The great Michael Trudell joins us now.
God, am I fat? I just saw myself on video.
You're what?
God, I'm so fat.
You're fat? I don't think you're fat.
I need to lose like a 5 from the NBA Finals
I need to
and the
lose.
playoffs. I was on the road being on the road for 6-7 weeks, 6-7.
Well, you're putting all that beautiful high-end steak and wine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I need to drop like 5 easily.
I got to lose 15. Yeah. I swear to God, I do. And yet there I
mean,
was.
I could go with 10.
I'll tell you this right now. Last night, I decided to walk down to this taco shop called Sonora Town.
Yeah, we saw.
And that's good.
Excellent place here downtown.
It is. It is. It's got a big reputation. It's got a big reputation.
See what happens when I'm not here with you in downtown LA?
Right.
You do bad things.
I did.
No, these are good things.
No. But for him, though, because he feels heavy today.
Yeah. Because
you didn't walk. You didn't walk up the hill on Grand.
No, I did.
You did?
I did 5 miles of walking. I got a really good lift in the gym over at the East Central. But I ate so much at this place called Sonora Town because now they have this Michelin rating. And I was like, you know what? I've been there once with Beto, and I don't remember it being so awesome. Now they've got this Michelin rating. Let me go back and see what I missed out on. So Bergie told me what he wanted to order. I ordered 2 of what he wanted. Then
I don't know why you ordered 2 of them.
Well, because I wanted to taste the chicken one and the beef one. Then I had 2 tacos, and by the time I left, I was like, I don't think it's as good as the reputation.
Oh, really?
No,
You're going to say that?
Yeah, I'm willing to say it. I am. I'm willing to say it. I'm willing to be honest.
I was going to say it's okay to have chicken and beef.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes you want to taste both sides.
That's right.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's exactly.
The
you know what I'm saying, Sedano?
Excellent.
It's all right.
I'm with you. You know, both sides is fine. Is Michael there?
Yeah,
I already introduced him, but then Cappy jumped in.
Right.
Yeah.
The
Cappy
great Michael
took your
Trudeau.
time, Michael.
Sorry, Mike.
What's up, Rat?
I'm just hanging out. I was wondering where that was coming from. I'm excited to hear about this.
Well, here's where it's
coming.
coming from. We'll do it on the air.
Yeah.
So you
Great.
pound me into submission, and we give you Lakers talk. Great. It's great, right? We're very excited. I'm running promos everywhere. Then, like 3 weeks in, I got to take the day off. All right. I said, let it go. You gave me some cake, like literally cake, out of the birthday celebration. I was like, all right. Then I hear, he's got to go to, where's he going?
Cancun?
Puerto Vallarta? It doesn't matter. Oh, he's going to be off for a few weeks. He's going to be off for a few weeks. I go, summertime, he's going to be off.
I got some good recommendations for you in Cabo.
First of all, what a ridiculous conclusion that you tried to jump to. I haven't even planned a trip yet. Obviously, I will plan it around Lakers talk because my wife's 40th birthday trip is important than me making sure that I'm not on your bad side, Jack. So it has not been planned. I have not requested to skip any additional shows.
Oh, so now the plot thickens.
And by the way, he's got to sleep with her, not with you.
Well, I mean, we could change that if you want.
I mean, it sounds like Morales is into it. You know,
just give me some of that Susie cake.
I'll sleep at the East Central. I'll sleep at the East Central, but only if it's 2 queen beds. Okay, I don't want to share.
Okay. Don't worry, I still know how to hop to the ottle one.
Surprised you'll stare the room. You're still sharing the room.
Wait, now, Mike, when is the birthday?
It was last week.
Okay, and so you haven't planned the trip yet?
Well, this is a point of contention with my wife, but and George knows a little bit about this, and Mateo's going to be there soon. Now,
The
by the
boys
way,
got stuff going
Mateo
on.
got this,
Yeah.
Well, Mateo got the shout out on national television for his flag football championship, which I really enjoyed seeing. So the boys, their Little League tournament starts on Saturday, and we don't know yet when it will finish.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll be there, by the way.
2 weeks.
We're going to go support.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to see because it's up in George's Hood. They always play it up in PV there. So
Cap, we should go.
That's what I'm kind of waiting on the dates for.
Now, is this 12-year-old
Saturday
All-Stars?
This is 11-year-old
All right, so this is not their last year of All-Stars.
We should go and talk to all the moms and just go
next year.
when they say, which one's your kid? We go, oh, no, we're just here to talk to you.
Well, and by the way, the moms are usually pretty loose at these games because the moms will have like a water bottle, like I walk around with a water bottle, and there's vodka in it. You know what I mean? These girls are drinking during these Little League games. I can tell you that right now. I don't know about your team, Mike, but that's the way it was. Yeah. Okay, so the 11U All-Stars. Going to go out there and support, huh, Georgie?
I am.
Nice.
It's right down the street.
Good for you, man. That's right on. That's really cool. Well, anyway, Mike.
Look, that's why, I don't know if you guys didn't notice, that's why I have the coaches all, we're all kind of going mustache for a while. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Can't really see the mustache on the video.
I hadn't even noticed.
Yeah. Can't really see it.
Sorry.
It's not great. I'm working on it. It's like 4 days.
Kind of looks like Max Christie's mustache when he played for the Lakers. You know what I mean? And he was prepubescent.
Exactly.
Very wispy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little growth. There's a growth.
Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, some growth.
Actually, you know
there
what?
we go. Oh, no, now that they've zoomed in on you. Look
and
at zoom in.
I got news for you. It actually looks kind of good.
No, it looks like, you know what it looks like? Who am I thinking about? Like actor, Ben Affleck. What's the other guy?
Matt Damon?
Matt Damon.
Yeah.
It's very Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very Damon.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. Most mustaches don't look really good when guys haven't had them for a long time and you're not used to them. That does not look terrible.
It's Damon-esque.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Thanks, guys.
So,
You're welcome.
Michael, let's talk World Cup and then let's talk hoops with you.
Please.
Because I actually think I want to make an actual correlation between soccer and basketball in kind of the place we've been in recent years, let's call it.
And I'd like to make some social commentary about soccer. How about that?
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay.
What more is there to say about Lionel Messi at this stage of his career? I believe 38 years old. When he's got his first hat trick in a World Cup game, and he's now tied for the most goals in World Cup history. I mean, what more can actually be said about this human being?
Wow. The thing about last World Cup, 4 years ago, there were still this certain segments of Messi doubters out there, and the single argument was he hasn't won the big one.
Right.
And this is a particularly strong argument in soccer because all of the previous greats that we talk about, Maradona in the 80s,
Right,
Pelé
Pelé,
in the
yeah,
60s
yeah,
and 70s, being the main two, had won World Cup, had won at least a World Cup.
Right, and Maradona
And
being
it's
from
just-
Argentina, obviously even more pressure on him.
For sure. And so, but before that World Cup win, though, Messi had already accomplished more in terms of a career, like in the way that LeBron has relative to Jordan, like in terms of regular season statistics, longevity, club awards, championships, like on and on and on, career goals scored. So advanced stats, like all of that stuff. Messi had already surpassed kind of the previous legends, and so somebody of my generation, when I might get into an argument with, say, our great friend Pepe Montilla, who to this day, because I texted him last night, still insists that Messi isn't Pelé and isn't Maradona, and that's where it's a little bit of a generational argument, right?
It's
so looking at Bill
Esquivoso.
Russell up to, yeah. So, but like George, to your point, so that was before this World Cup, which is his sixth, by the way, because he played in the World Cup when he was like 16 or something. I mean, to debut at age 38, when almost all soccer players are retired. Soccer is it's a later calendar in terms of when you actually when you have to stop playing, even than basketball, certainly than baseball, certainly than football at most positions. You know, maybe not some of the more athletic positions like a running back, but it's so much running. And it's such a physical game still that there's no place in the field that you can just sort of hide and get away with that additional wear and tear. And instead, he comes out and pops a hat trick in the first game to already match the World Cup record in terms of goals scored, and he's going to go right through it, I would assume, as early as the next game. So it's just like I was talking about this with the boys and Annie last night as we're watching it live, and just like, Messi haters out, where are you now? You know, I don't know if there's any left other than the generational argument, George, about people who are like, oh, you just didn't see it. You didn't see Pelé. You didn't see Maradona. That kind of argument, which, you can't really go back against.
Well, and I would also add athletes are bigger, stronger, faster. So I would make the case that he is the best because of the type of athletes he's had to go up against. And
he ain't big
nutrition, athletics has just become more and more advanced. Go ahead, Cappy. I know
Well,
you wanted to jump in.
he's not big. I mean, Messi, but
he's a small guy.
But the players he's playing against. But I would say this. I was watching this game last night, and he scores this third goal. And actually, the first goal was just absolutely spectacular,
right.
But I watched this game last night, and here's what I was thinking, guys.
Espectacular.
See, here's what I was thinking. What a fortunate moment we find ourselves in.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, you may want to cue the Radio Rinaldi music for
here we
this
go.
one, because I'm going to tell you something right now.
Mm-hmm.
In 1994, when the World Cup was in the United States, guys, most people didn't really care much for soccer.
Yeah.
But the 1994 men's national team and the World Cup being in the United States, that started pro soccer, restarted pro soccer. Because, Mike, when I was a kid, the NASL was a big deal. I used to go all the time to Fort Lauderdale Strikers games. That was my team. And Pele, by the way, was playing for the Cosmos at the time.
Yeah.
But in 1994, the world shifted, and America started to get into soccer when the World Cup came here. Now, think about yesterday. Here's Lionel Messi playing in a league, the MLS, that is considered worldwide to be a minor league in comparison to the rest of the world, right, guys? Like the NBA is the top basketball, the NHL is the top hockey, Major League Baseball is the top baseball. Players from around the world come here to play. The top players don't come to the United States to play in the MLS unless they're in the latter part of their career and they can make a lot of money. So now what you have is you have Messi. Think about this. In Kansas City, the heartland of America, where Patrick Mahomes plays football, where Taylor Swift cheers on her boyfriend. And you've got Messi, who now plays in the MLS. And this is 32 years after the World Cup was in the U.S. when the MLS was born. And soccer today, and not done yet with this World Cup, soccer today is at an all-time crescendo in American sports. What do you think about that?
You're saying soccer is at its peak right now in America.
Correct.
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
Got a little misty-eyed there. I don't know if it was the Forrest Gump music or just the way that Cappy built into it. or to see how far we've come from when I was a kid in the 90s and just hearing national media types like Jim Rome just crush soccer and call us all the P word, and just the way that it was discussed back to where we are now, Cappy, I think you're absolutely right. And the only thing about this World Cup that bums me out a little bit is the cost of entry for all of for people that basically aren't rich.
Yep,
it's ridiculous.
And that's a bummer to me.
So it's funny. Mateo asked me, Dad, do you think we can go watch a World Cup game? So I knew the prices were probably astronomical. So I went on like a secondary market app, and I started to look up the prices here in LA, and we're also going to be in Miami next week but the problem is in Miami, Brazil's playing there and Colombia's playing there, so forget it. Like, you're talking about hotbeds for South America already there. Like, so the prices there were even more expensive than they were at SoFi. But yeah, it's like thousands of dollars, like just to get, and I'm talking about thousands of dollars nosebleed.
Yeah. How are these people doing it where they're coming in from around the world and they've booked flights and hotels or Airbnbs, whatever, and then they bought all these tickets? I mean, you think about people saving 4 years at a time just to get to the World Cup. Yeah. How are they doing it, man?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. And I think there are some families, and again, they have to have money from around the world, but maybe they save up this American trip and they go to Disneyland, right? And that's expensive. Like, I get it. But relative to this, there's just nothing like it, because there isn't another country in the world that charges as much for ticket prices to sporting events as America. And I think so. That was before the World Cup. And FIFA I know that there was the whole shakeup and they got rid of the previous leadership to an extent, but this group of guys, it's most of the guys that are running it, just as corrupt as any. Just think of one of the worst countries in terms of politics and just how they how corrupt and all the people on top keep the money, and you don't really see how it filters down. That's what FIFA is, and they're just keeping all the money. And for a few select lucky people, and the American public in this case, or anybody visiting America, is paying for it. So that's the bummer part. The games have been great. We're not even through round one yet, right? In terms of the actual, we haven't even seen England or Croatia or Colombia play. So it's the games have been awesome. It's just it sucks that people that aren't rich can't go.
Let me just ask you one question though, Mike. Just since you're more in tune with the soccer world than we are. So my whole point about Messi playing here, Beckham played here, Zoltan played here. Is that how I pronounce his name? These guys have come from Zlatan. Thank you. They've come from around the world.
By the way, they all hate Alexi Lalas, it feels like, when I'm watching their broadcast.
Well, you know what it feels like? It feels like they don't respect him. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we know you played in 2 World Cups for the U.S. We know you played in the MLS for the New England Revolution or whatever it was. Yeah. But we don't really respect you the way we don't even feel like you belong on this panel. That's how I feel they feel towards Alexi. But here's my question, though, Mike. If the MLS was born out of the World Cup in '94 and it's now a 30-plus year league, and you get guys like Messi who now come over here, or Beckham or other stars, could we see an expansion, not more teams, could we see an expansion of international stars saying, you know what, why don't we go play in the MLS? Why not? The NBA's the top league. The NHL's the top league. Major League Baseball. I mentioned all this.
I just don't know if everyone gets, not everyone's going to get the Messi deal where he's financially set for generations because of it.
I understand that. And the Beckham deal even preceded that, no doubt.
But this one is way more because of the Apple part of it.
Yeah. But I just wonder, Mike, and I wonder what you think, might we see an infusion of more of the top international stars leaving Europe and other places to eventually come play in the MLS? Because of Messi playing for Miami and being on this sort of a stage in the United States.
Yeah, I think it might just take a little bit of time. So, for example, Casemiro, who is one of the better players on Manchester United, he starts for Brazil in the central midfield, and he's 32, I believe. Maybe he's 33. He is now leaving Manchester United, and he, by the way, is still very much good enough to start and play next year. He was, I don't know, maybe the 4th best player on the team. He is going to come to MLS next year. And it's starting to happen a little bit sooner as opposed to guys coming over when they're 35 or 36, like in Messi's case. I think, Cappy, the bigger key, though, is that all of these MLS clubs now are really starting in earnest with MLS developmental programs that they're going to basically copy the way that Europe has been doing it. And I already know this just anecdotally. Totally, because my kids used to play soccer with a great kid named Joao. His father played for the Galaxy, he's Brazilian, and he's already gotten snatched up off of our team onto the Galaxy youth team, which basically starts at kind of age 12, 13. Well, in 10 more years, maybe it starts at age 8, which is where it starts, or age 6, which is where it starts in Europe. And they actually are also going to school at all these academies. And so you're not only you're going to get more development here, but then the teams as they go up are going to start calling players up earlier, and then maybe a kid like Landon Donovan 20 years ago, or Christian Pulisic 10 years ago, or whoever the best kid in the country is right now at age 12, instead of going to Borussia Dortmund or Arsenal or Paris Saint-Germain, maybe they stay here at their MLS club, and so that it's kind of like the inverse of Europe. And like Luka Doncic going to Real Madrid, eventually coming to the NBA, like that, you may have these MLS teams becoming more and more important. And as that happens, the soccer culture will continue to grow in America.
All right, so let me bring this back to basketball with soccer in a little bit. So I would say in the previous World Cup, even though Messi won and it was his crowning achievement, it felt like Kylian Mbappe was now. It was passing the torch to Mbappe in a lot of ways, even though they beat them. As far as like the single greatest talent in the game at that particular juncture, would you agree with that or no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that there's no doubt that Mbappe was kind of seen as like the next guy. I think that's a fair way to put it. And by the way, he's already like 5th all time in World Cup goals, and he's 29.
Right.
Lamine Yamal is probably the next one beyond that. He's only 18 still. And he's coming fast for Spain. But, yeah, I think your point is fair. I think your point is fair, George.
And again, Mbappe at that point, right, like, so I look at it very similarly with the NBA, right? Like, I know that all of a sudden everybody's now down on Victor Wembanyama, but to make the finals at 22 years old is pretty darn impressive, right? Like, we kind of dealt with this with LeBron in 2007. He gets swept by the Spurs. He was probably the single greatest talent in the game at that time, despite Kobe being an incredible player and having the hardware to back it up. LeBron as a singular talent was probably, if not at that point, very close to being the best player on the planet at that time. And I feel like soccer has seen some of that as well. Like, I just feel like we fight against these things because we bring our own biases to the table and whatnot. And like, we don't like because a guy does this or does that or does something at a young age that we don't feel like we would hold ourselves to that same standard, but yet we're going to hold them to that standard at 22 years old, in this particular case with Wembanyama. How do you kind of feel about that conversation about Wembanyama and where it is now as opposed to where it was even just 2 or 3 weeks ago?
I totally understand the entry point. I think you can make the same conversation go in soccer or in basketball as you just did. I think we could do the same thing with music and kind of whoever is the just your favorite band, your favorite rapper or whatever of your era, and as you sort of protect that as the next generations come up. And in this case, there is no doubt that Wemby, I think, is seen already, like, by the collective, not just a ball knower like you, Sedano, or Cappy. I believe Jay Wright said something to you in the previous segment that indicated that you're a ball knower. He said something about like great question or something, or great insight or something like that. So that kind of qualifies you, right, Cappy?
Well, that and also picking the Knicks to win the championship makes me a ball knower, I think, don't you?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Come
okay,
on, give me a
good.
little
so
bit
So
on
we're
that.
establishing. Not ball knower extreme.
No,
right? In the
I
way
didn't
that
say
Morales
extreme.
might put that on somebody else. Yeah, but ball knower. So Wemby to me has already crossed the threshold of some of the other younger stars. Like I think he, in the way maybe that Mbappe did in the last World Cup, or the way that I think Lamine Yamal will continue to. So, like, here's Wemby, and Shea is already below him. Even though Shea has won the MVP, Shea has won a title. I think when I picture just building a roster that could win in the Western Conference, for example, my first thought is, man, how are you going to deal with this dude? And nothing that happened in the finals, to me, takes away from any of that. In fact, George, part of the reason why I predicted the Knicks were going to win the title once before the finals started was I think that it's just more Wemby and the Spurs running out of gas a little bit than it even is a full talent issue relative to how the Knicks had fully coalesced and were going to be able to keep playing their brand of basketball. And they just had kind of the spirit going. They had the flow going. and the je ne sais quoi. And like Wemby, though, that is not about Wemby's talent or any lack of it. He's only going to get stronger. And I think that we're going to be having every conversation about the NBA as we move forward. He's going to be involved unless he gets injured, and knock on wood, right? That applies for anybody. It's just that the fact that he's such a unique body type, that worry remains. But it's not going to be for lack of trying or skill or care or anything like that. He's got all of it.
I just want to say one thing related to being a ball knower, that as much as we all talk about Wemby, because I am of the opinion that he is the freakiest athlete we've ever seen ever in our lifetimes, the tallest, the longest, the most athletic, etc. But I do think that when we talk about the future of the Spurs, if we're not throwing in Dylan Harper, who
he's excellent. Yeah.
This guy in his first year to have the performances that he had, and then throw in Stephon Castle, and I realize he did not have a good game scoring, and he had a really bad game shooting in Game 5. Nonetheless, Stephon Castle is also a very freaky type athlete. When we talk about the Spurs going forward, we should be talking about those three guys, not just Wemby. Don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, well, they're a big three for sure. I don't think there's any question. And all of them have a level of growing up to do both on the floor and maybe off the floor a little bit. And it wasn't Harper necessarily who said it, but I feel like Devin Vassell kind of airing out that he wasn't necessarily thrilled with his role. Probably wasn't helpful. You know what I mean? But look, ultimately they are going to be a force to be reckoned with because of that. And it's why if you're, I wouldn't overreact if I were OKC, and I don't think they are, based on just the injuries they dealt with. And it's why the Lakers have a bit of a daunting task, although because of the resources that they will have here moving forward, I like them. I'm bullish on them, as I've been telling you, over the next several years, right? Like I think that they can find an opportunity to take advantage of, even with those guys on there, because we just can never really predict injury and misfortune for other teams. It happens. Look at OKC. Right. If OKC's healthy, OKC's probably champions right now, and we have our first back-to-back champion in 8 years or whatever the hell it is.
Could be. And when you look at the Knicks and you look at like the average age of the Knicks, and then you look at the average age of the Spurs, and then you realize that the Knicks were probably in that like 28 range and the Spurs were in that 22-ish range. And then you think about where the Lakers are. This is why the Spurs, to me, are the future, more so, in my opinion, than Oklahoma City.
Well, they're better set up from a cap standpoint, too, because those guys all are still on their rookie contracts at the moment.
So they're so young, and they've got so much growing to do. And Victor in particular, I mean, we saw all the elbows being thrown and the pushing. I mean, there was immaturity, but he's 22 years old. I mean, to me, he's a child.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, at 22, what were you doing?
Oh, my God.
Were you still
idiot.
at Pitt?
I was, I was pretty much kind of getting done with college and
doing the cabbage patch after kicking a field goal.
That was a little earlier.
Oh,
a little bit earlier. That was even less mature.
Yeah.
Were you a douche? Because Sedano said at 22, I was a douche.
You were definitely a douche at 22.
How about now?
Less
douchey.
Yeah. Still explosive, both apparently in the bathroom and here occasionally, but
not really explosive. It just dribbles out.
Yeah,
just dribbles. Like this is a part of the basketball conversation.
Yeah, dribbling.
Nice job.
Chris a good dribbler.
By the way, Trudell, did you hear Bergie had hemorrhoids yesterday?
They're resolved.
Was there like did Shams tweet that out as like as breaking news?
I wasn't.
He did.
Didn't have to be listening at the time, but I did receive a text message from a friend who listens to a lot of radio, and he was like, "Dude, what are they serious right now? Is Bergman suffering from?" And so I flipped it on, and I got to say, I appreciated that Greg is willing to be that open and honest with us.
Yes, very vulnerable.
I don't know how open he was, but we're open to it. So
right.
Yeah, I think it just got brought up because I happened to say something.
Like Chris was generally concerned about him when I was talking to him the day before. He was legit. I mean, and Greg, though, no messing around. No BS.
He stooled.
He was legitimately concerned when you told him what you were dealing with, and I was the one that was like, he's probably just got hemorrhoids. You know what I mean? Like,
flare up.
It is what it is.
It just lasted, 6 days.
Kid drinks coffee like it's going out of style.
We convinced him yesterday, Mike, that he needs to start drinking water. And then he goes, you know what happens after you drink water? You have to pee a lot. We're like, yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, you're flushing it out.
That's what happens.
Flush it all out.
Right.
That's how this works.
Yeah. It's called hydration versus dehydration.
Yeah.
Everything is on the up and up now.
In the way that
Trudell.
Look, in the way that Greg is trying to steer us all, from a content standpoint, right now, we also have to help him from a health and just sort of what normal people consume in their bodies during the day. And we have experience here. Morales almost died. Cappy's been through a lot. Sedano is a black belt. Like, there are things that we can provide to try and help Craig wind through this difficult life.
You hear that?
So
breaking out the black belt part of the resume.
Yeah, I haven't been a black belt in a long time.
I know. What do you think you are right now?
I don't even know.
You think you're a white belt?
No belt.
You're a no belt.
I should start all over.
Not a brown
At
belt.
48 years old, you start all over again.
Yeah, not an orange belt. No green.
I don't know. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'd love to train again.
So what's the problem?
I have no time.
Come on, make time.
I have no
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
3 a.m. to 4:30
before the show.
Yeah,
exactly. But the
ha!
I just would love you know what? I may just buy like a heavy bag for the garage.
Hey, go to Morales' house. He got a heavy bag.
I've seen it.
The Italian Stallion works out on that thing.
So anyway,
you want to hit a Stallion's heavy bag? He'll let you do it.
Yeah, sure.
Or speed bag for the Stallion.
You love making that sound.
I do. It's
That's
like my favorite. I wish I could actually
Michael,
do it.
I asked this of Brian Windhorst earlier, and he said it was a great question.
Oh, I thought my question was the great question.
Well, the other was to Jay Wright, apparently.
Oh.
What do you make of Kawhi's future in Los Angeles? Like, do you believe that based on what they did last year that they will keep him? Or do you believe that makes him more likely to be traded elsewhere with 1 year left on his deal? If you had to guess.
I don't see the point of Kawhi Leonard staying with the Clippers. I think that they would be wise to move him while he still has this perceived value. He's 34. He just went through one of his healthier years in recent history, and I don't know that that's going to stay based on what his past has been and just how much he's gone through with his knee.
Well, it will for one more year if he wants to get paid one more time with a new team like that. That's the reason to trade him. To your point.
Right, exactly. And I don't think the rest of the Clippers roster is near good enough to really require his services at this point. And I also don't know, although Adam Silver answered this, George, you were there probably. I don't know. I'm not sure if you went to the actual press conference, but the whole aspiration stuff, like that's got to drop soon.
I would imagine next month. If I had to guess, we'll know next month what happens.
You know, the guy.
They're going to get hit with something.
Yeah, because the guy.
But I don't know how they could hit him is the thing. Like, that was always the thing to me.
That he was shielded by his uncle? Or
Well, no, because, like, what are they I mean, look, if you go by precedent, if you go by precedent, and you would know this, Michael, it was with the Timberwolves. You grew up there. Joe Smith. He had his contract voided. I actually feel like that does Kawhi potentially a favor in some ways. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's a punishment necessarily.
Well, it just depends on what he could get on, and so Kawhi is due $50.3 million next year. No, if you voided that contract, nobody has $50 million that they could give him. You know, it just add on top of the payroll, so it would hurt him at least for 1 year. And with that said, I don't know how you would sign a long-term contract because it would have to fit into the first year of somebody's books also. So that could actually have a pretty big impact on him and at least determine whether or not he could go. But I don't know, man. When I think of like the league stars, and we just talked about Wemby a minute ago, we talked about Shea. We could have this whole conversation about Luka or Jokic. Kawhi has just not been reliable enough to bake into a type of a championship question. And so I don't consider him in that same realm. I think he's closer to Joel Embiid, who, by the way, has been more productive, I think, at least. But now he's got that same kind of injury risk, and he's about to be paid $60 million for the next 4 or 5 years. So that, to me, is more the category. And if some team could get him at a discount, could that make a big difference for next year? If his contract is voided, yes. If not, if it's $50 million, then I don't know where you're going to send $50 million and get $50 million back in salary and have that team be good enough to beat some of these other teams in there. So that would be my bigger question. But from a Clippers standpoint, I just don't see how his current path matches with what they're doing, and probably trying some level of a rebuild, not that they got that lottery pick, even though they don't have a lot of other young talent on the roster to build with.
I'm a believer that the Lakers will add to this team via trade. I feel like that's their best path. Rob has said as such. Do you also believe that to be the case?
Yeah, it just has to be almost like it's not like there's anybody out there that you can really sign that's going to make a difference that isn't one of your own free agents, and you're trying to figure out the restricted market, and that's fraught. I think we all just assume that Utah, even if they don't like it, would match on a Walker Kessler type of a contract, and Denver ultimately probably finds a way to make sure that Peyton Watson doesn't go, even if they have to cut or trade somebody else. So I think that trade George is the best path, and you do have the future first. And those are whether that happens like on day one of free agency or whether it happens later in the summer or even once you get into the 6-month period after someone signs early next season when you become trade eligible, that to me is the best way that you find all of the future partners for Luka Doncic moving forward.
All right, last thing. Explain to me how the U.S. is going to win the World Cup. And I don't want to hear any nonsense about how they can't win the World Cup. Come on, let's go.
Well, they got themselves off to such a great start, Cappy, that it's not that you don't have to worry about the rest of the group stage, but I think their best position they could put themselves in is to keep getting results, and that starts on Friday against a pretty good Australia team that is Australia's super organized in the back, and they've got 2 strikers that can counterattack you with lightning speed, which is exactly the type of team that is very difficult to play in the World Cup setting because they're just going to be a pain in the ass to beat, and you really have to bring it. But if they can even if they just get a point, and then they play Turkey next week, and they can win their group, then you might get a third-place team from another group that just kind of got it, that advanced based on the fact that 8 third-place teams advanced in this expanded World Cup field. And now your draw is looking a little bit better. And then maybe you win that game, Cappy, and all of a sudden, say Brazil was the 1 seed on the opposite side of the bracket, and they go down, right? They go down much like a team in the NCAA tournament. The number 1 team goes down. And all of a sudden, the path is opening up a little bit. So the U.S. is good enough to beat any team once. I personally don't believe that they can beat Germany and France and Argentina,
correct,
and Brazil and Colombia and they're all these. I don't think they can.
Paraguay
do it to that extent,
is a nice team. Don't get me wrong, but it's right. It's not that gauntlet that they'd have to go through.
Paraguay looked terrible
you gotta believe, guys.
In that first game, but look, all I will say, Cappy, to your point is that they looked better than I have ever seen Team USA look in the past.
Agreed.
And that's exciting. I think that the attention that will be captured, we're trying to figure out where to watch the game that isn't going to be completely crazy on Friday with a bunch of the boys' friends. And I'm calling around, and it's like, well, I don't know. You better get here 3 hours early. So the buzz is building. And if they can keep doing this to this extent and really kind of get a crowd behind them, I'm not saying that I'm starting to believe they can win the whole thing, Cappy, but I'm getting a little closer to you, buddy. I'm getting a little closer. Getting a little excited.
Thank you.
I saw in in our office pool or whatever we're calling it. Are you taking a victory lap because currently you have more points than Michael because he has Spain, I believe?
No victory lap yet. I like to wait until things are done. Like everybody wanted me to take a victory lap when the Knicks had a 2-games-to-none lead. I didn't do it. When they had a 3-games-to-1 lead, I didn't do it.
About this.
Yeah.
One question about this, because George makes the point. So Spain tied Cape Verde, which is obviously a very big surprise, but Spain's still probably the betting favorite to win the World Cup. If not, then maybe they slipped to number 2 or something. And then I had Turkey suffer a tough loss as well, where I was hoping to get a win. Do you guys think that I should allow trades? So basically, Cappy could say, you know what? Yes, I love the USA and Ghana.
No. That's too. Listen, this thing was already a long, drawn-out ordeal enough. We don't need to add trades.
It created a lot of problems internally here at the station,
and
too.
And it really sounds like you're trying to dig yourself out of a hole that you found yourself in.
No, I don't want to trade. I wouldn't make that trade. Trust me, I would not take Cappy's having 2 more points now for the long term. I expect Spain to win 6 straight games from now on. But I wondered if somebody like Lindsay, who's got Belgium and Ecuador, and she's looking over.
It's sore
Lindsay's got
subject
Belgium
right
and
now.
Ecuador.
Yeah, that's not a good subject.
And then okay, sorry. Bergman's got France and
Congo, DR Congo.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the Democratic Republic of Congo. Let's say Bergman's like, France looked good, but, hey, Brian's got Argentina and Canada. Maybe I like that second team more. Maybe they want to trade, but it sounds the Black Hand has already said no. the black hand doesn't.
Yeah,
already
bro.
spot
I
you.
mean,
Don't
it took
forget
forever just to do the first thing. You know what I mean? Like,
It took days.
seriously.
Literally days.
It took like you had to send 2 text messages. That was the
Right,
extent
but it's
of
like there's
of what
60
it took
million
from you.
text messages
Right.
going through.
There were 10 minutes between picks.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. It took a long time.
Fine. Well, I'll just keep updating you guys on the scores. Right now, DeAndre, Mason, Laura, Travis, and Brian are all tied with 4 points. Cappy's in second. Tied.
You know what you should do? You should send it to the social team, and they can post it every
Yeah,
once
why
in a
do
while.
I only have 3
They'll
points?
get right on that.
Well,
That
because
was a
Cappy, your
shot.
second team hasn't played yet, my friend.
That was a shot?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, one of your teams hasn't played.
Cappy, Ghana hasn't played yet.
Yeah.
Bro.
Neither of my teams have played
if
yet.
they win, Cappy, if they win, you be in sole possession of first place.
Be amazing. Now, who does Ghana play next? Does anybody know?
Ghana plays Panama today at 4:00.
Oh, I'll be watching that then.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hey.
And I think they'll be favored to win.
Hey, if DR Congo beats Portugal today, I'm in sole possession too.
That's true. I was not expecting that to happen, but it's possible. In fact, that game kicks off at 10:00. So if Congo pulls the upset on Ronaldo, who we didn't mention today, but Ronaldo is right up there with the all-time greats. And then then England, Croatia, dude.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because I've got Croatia as my second team. Yeah.
Who's your first team?
Colombia, who plays in the nightcap tonight against
Yeah.
Uzbekistan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they play Uzbekistan. So Sedano will be getting 3 points from Colombia, for sure. Although we would have said that too about Spain and Cape Verde. And then Morales, how do you think Italy's going to do?
Listen, I'm fine with the Italy bit. It's fine. I mean, whatever.
You just exhausted him. Mike, I'm fine. It's over.
No,
I
you
don't
know the
care.
problem with
Chris
him
had
and-
to drive in today.
You know the problem with him and Gator?
Tell me.
They got the same issue, and I think it's a TV thing.
What is it?
And Sedano, I give Sedano credit because he's a TV guy, but he knows how to relax. These guys talk so fast, and they've got so much energy, and I get it. They're excited. Just relax. Relax. This is audio. This ain't TV. I mean, I know we got video when it works, but just slow down.
Another shot.
Slow the ball down. That's all. No rush.
I like passionate, excited. Michael.
But energy doesn't mean talking fast. Energy is delivery.
Peter texted me.
Did he
texted me.
Did he
and said, the other
Did
day,
he tell you how I'd shoot him out?
He did. He said Morales just yelled at me, and I said, "Well, that's unfortunately." Well, I didn't say unfortunately. I said something you're gonna have to get used to.
By the way, you're not wrong, Christopher. I'm not saying you're wrong. But I like an excited.
right.
I like an excited Michael.
But here's the problem: there's a lot of voices, and we're
Yeah.
stepping on each other because he can't see us. So just slow down, let everybody talk. It's okay.
No, it's okay. But that's my fault. I've interrupted him, and Cappy's interrupted him. So that's kind of our fault. We need to know that he's a little on delay.
But does Geeter, do you think that Geeter came here and went, oh, this is going to be a lot of fun? Like, I'm a TV guy. Everybody knows me. They're going to treat me
He's
nicely.
just excited,
And
which
then
is
all of a
fine.
sudden, he starts getting reamed every day.
He didn't get reamed. He got talked to
No,
once.
you screamed at him.
I didn't scream.
I thought you yelled.
He left his mic on. Luckily, I was on the other side of the room.
Oh.
Then we had a great show, by the way. I mean, other than the part that he made that inappropriate comment during
Dirty boy,
Clapper.
Geeter.
Oh, yeah. Very dirty. But I do blame Dr. Clapper. I mean, the 3 testicle comment is what started it.
It did.
It is his fault.
Yeah.
Dr. Clapper's fault.
Yeah, that's on Dr. Clapper.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I really think that you should watch England-Croatia at 1:00 today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I get out of TV today, that's what I've got on.
But I'll start with Portugal and Congo DR.
Right? Yeah, 20 minutes.
I got to see Ghana, though. I got to see my Ghana guys.
Yeah, check.
You know?
I thought that maybe if Bergman had taken Austria, right, with the 30th pick, he'd already have his 6 points.
Right.
But he likes the.
They got their first World
Democratic
Cup win
Republic
in
of Congo.
36 years, Austria.
I think he's a little anti-Austria.
I got some Austrian
You're not gonna cue the
Hungarian
Russian
in me.
theme
Don't worry
here?
about that.
Well, no, I don't think Austria. That one I know is not in Russia.
No, it is, isn't it? Isn't Austria Russian?
Not really.
No.
Maybe during some of
No.
the wars,
Yeah,
they
Eastern Bloc stuff? No?
Austria's just directly south of Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
But
maybe
Mike,
play
I wanted
their
to say this was all for Dikembe Mutombo and DJ Mbenga. You know, Congo.
Which I respect.
this was you were honoring them.
Which
I was
respect.
honoring them. Yes,
Mhm.
that was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
Love DJ
Because I didn't
Mbenga.
know any of the other teams.
Yeah.
I understand. I
Yeah.
do.
Oh, and France looked great. Which is why I wanted France, and you took them ahead of me, even though Trudel is French, and I had to settle for the Spanish. And then they blew their first game, but it's okay.
I didn't
We're
know
still
Trudel
positive
was
about the
French.
Spanish.
Nor did I.
I didn't know
Trudel.
Trudel was French. It's interesting.
Well, I'm French, English, German, and Irish. But yes, the name itself goes back to Charlemagne way back in the day in France.
By the way,
Charlemagne.
Sedano, Italian and Spanish. Like there's Spanish on. Well, I mean, Italian originally, but then settled in Spain.
How much of you is
What's
Italian?
Kaplan?
I don't know.
I don't know what Kaplan is. I mean, I guess
It's annoying. That's what it is.
we come from the annoyings, back in Annoyingly land or something like that. Right, that's what it is.
That was
what it
funny.
is.
That was
very
good.
good,
All right.
Chris.
That was
Very
good.
See what happens when we slow the ball down?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just
Chris,
you were out of
Chris
energy.
wants to play 90s style basketball. You know?
No, I just don't like. People are listening either at work in AirPods or they got their YouTube, and then when everybody's talking a mile a minute, people don't. Your brain doesn't work that way. Listen to podcasts, and I'm always saying this because recently I've been listening to the West Wing podcast that they did years ago, where they go through every episode. And these two guys are just. One of them is Josh Molina, who was an actor on the West Wing, and this other guy, I don't know his name, Richie Kyra. He's got some weird name, but they're just chilling. And I'm not saying we need to be tired and sleepy. Like,
Well, podcasts can be sleepy.
But this isn't sleepy. My point is they have energy and they're excited.
Yeah.
But they realize, like, we have plenty of time here. We're not in a rush. So even when we say, hey, Cappy's, like, we're tight on time.
No, Cappy's not. I don't think Cappy's issue that you have with him is delivery. I think it's just a word economy.
Yes, he's not great at word economy.
To me, I look at things like, hey, slow it down, take your time. We got 3 hours.
But here's Cappy's problem, and I give you credit. You've had to do solo shows for hours at a time where it's like, crap, how am I going to fill 2 hours?
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But here we don't have that problem. We have a lot of voices.
Yeah, we can ping pong.
Yeah, it's word economy.
Well, look,
succinct.
Of course, everything you're saying is accurate. There's no doubt. I think that if I'm being honest, my fear when I'm talking about the World Cup is that the black hand is going to put the kibosh on it.
No, not at all.
Here's another thing I'm going to give you feedback
Not
on.
at all. Listen, I am all about more Trudell.
I'm doing a live air check session. Here's another thing you got to do. When you're not on this show, if you say the black hand, you need to kind of explain that. Because when you're just on with DeMarco and Travis and you're like, the black hand, they're like, what? They don't understand the bit, so you got to explain it a little bit.
They don't listen to the show.
But doesn't everybody at the station know who's actually running the station?
Well, they don't want to admit it on the air, but yes, they do. But also, they don't know that we call him the black hand.
Does DeMarco think that Trudell's talking about his hand?
He might.
DeMarco's hand?
So that's all I'm saying is, and also somebody might be thinking, like, are you making a joke that we don't get? Like, just say, like, notice how John Ireland will say, as my friend Michael Thompson says, let me ask you something. He's setting up the bit in case you're new to the show or you're new to the station and you don't know the bit. If John Ireland says that out of context, someone might find that a little awkward. You saying out of context, and I love you, Trudell, but you just saying, the black hand.
Feedback. I
Yeah,
like this.
you
No, it's
saying
fair.
out of nowhere on a Wednesday afternoon, oh yeah, the black hand. People are like, what did he just say? Just say,
My opinion is if you work at 710, if you work for Good Karma, and you don't know who the black hand is, that's on you and not me.
Oh wow.
Well, I'm going to tell you you're wrong on this one. So
No, I honestly, Michael, I appreciate it. But I think Chris is right. Like, not everybody's in on the joke is what I would say.
And you made a Rome reference earlier, but that's fine. The thing that Jim Rome was so good at, and I can say this firsthand because I became a clone for 6 months of my life, way before I was in sports radio. It took you a couple days, but only a couple days to get the bit. We don't want people never being out. We want people to feel like they're in the bit, but we also want the tent big enough to everybody feels like they can join.
Yeah.
Because if you're too inside and you don't explain the bit, then people are like, well, this sucks, and hit the button. I don't get the joke. So when you're just making references and DeMarco's like, I don't get it. Am I the black hand or is Travis the black hand? That's no good.
Wow, Mike, you're really taking it on the air today.
Understood.
You know, I mean, things were going so well. Soccer, basketball.
I think you had an excellent appearance.
Yeah, it was a very
I'm not
good
saying
appearance.
kill the bit. Just say, as I like to call George Sedano, the black hand. And then that might go, DeMarco goes, why do you call him the black hand? And then you could say, oh, because he really runs the place. Then we have laughter. Then we have Laura going, oh. Then we have laughter and fun and
Trust
frivolity.
me.
Then we make promos out of that.
I got it. I understand. I for some reason was unaware that the other hosts would not realize.
We don't want to put it right in their face.
If we're being honest, none of us listen to each other's shows very often.
No, Cappy now listens to everybody.
I listen to everybody.
I now that we're on in the morning, maybe if I'm in the car, like sometimes during Mason and Ireland, I'll tune in. I'm rarely on the road when Travis and DeMarco are on.
What happens to me is I plug my phone into my car.
And that's not anything other than just like that's
timing.
the reality.
No, there is one person here though that is on every show, and I had assumed that Morales would have referred to George in that way across.
Well, I think he does it more on Mason and Ireland because he likes to needle them.
Yeah, but I also don't say the black hand
That's what
because
I'm saying.
again, that's not my bit. That's George's bit. So what
It's really not my bit.
I thought it was your bit. Yeah, you started.
I never
it.
called
I
myself
didn't even know what the black hand meant.
Oh, I might have started the bit. Actually.
Yeah.
But what I just say
You
it. I
started
don't.
the bit.
Yeah,
I
but
have actually never confirmed I'm the black hand. I've made Cappy the gray hand without even confirming I'm the black hand.
Dark gray, by the way. Very dark gray, very close to black.
but if we're talking,
Hence why you have the gray microphone.
Correct.
if we're
little
talking bits,
thing. Yes.
here's what annoys Mason and Ireland more. And this is why I do it. I just lay back. So when they go, oh, the Morales Morning Show, I go, okay. Like, if I fight it, that'll be like, oh, we're getting him. I just go, yeah, sure, whatever. Oh, is Sedano here today? Or is he on the road? Oh, he's on the road. I don't give in to their bits. That's what gets them more annoyed.
Oh, really?
Like, they call it, oh, it's the Morales Morning Show. I'm like, okay. And then the bit ends. Whereas if I fight it, if I try to go upstream against them, they've been doing this 30, 40, 50, 70 years. They're going to fight back, and they're going to win.
Yeah.
They're more talented than I am. So I just like, yeah, whatever, guys. Whatever you want to do. You want to smack it around? Smack it around.
Just a couple of guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Smacking it around.
Yeah. Just wiggle it.
We're just a couple of guys messing around. That's what we are.
Yeah.
Although John and I are getting along really well these
Yeah,
days.
it seems like you guys
We really
really
are.
Yeah, you guys.
And now we combo up and go after Mason, which is fun.
You like that?
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Well,
I do.
I think he likes that someone else can actually have you do that more than
yeah,
him.
he likes it. He likes it.
Yeah. He likes to watch.
He does like to All right. What else, Trudeau? You got
anything else, Mike?
That's it. We're done.
No, got to take the twins to the orthodontist. So
that's
happening next.
That's always expensive.
I
too.
also have a dental appointment today. Good God, man.
Yeah.
Cappy,
Yeah.
could you get me a deal with an orthodontist?
Oh,
That
absolutely.
sounds like something you might be able to
for
pull off.
sure. Listen, we should.
Cappy's got a guy.
We should have. We don't currently have a partner, but I hear this. Hey, everybody, it's Mike Trudell from Lakers Talk, and if you've got kids like I've got kids, your kids probably need braces. Let me introduce you to Blankety Blank's Orthodontics
Wait a minute.
company.
This is now becoming a habit. What was
Please.
the fake read we did yesterday?
That was Steve's colonic.
Hey, if there's a great orthodontist out there, preferably out here in the South Bay, please get at me.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Send a
Cappy,
message
for
to
letting me
Mike
do that.
Trudell on one of his social channels.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Michael. Yeah. I'll see you this weekend.
Good luck.
All right, guys.
I'll bring the pomegranate mimosas.
Oh, really? In a water bottle so that nobody knows you're drinking?
Exactly.
You got a water bottle with our sticker on it, Sedano and Cap?
I don't, actually.
You should.
No one gave me one.
Everybody sees this on YouTube, and they're like, how do I get a Sedano and Cap sticker so I can put it on my computer? I can put it on my water bottle. How rad are these?
I don't even have the sticker.
They're awesome.
think I gave him good feedback, right? I wasn't being a jerk.
I mean, two things can be true at once.
Oh, really?
I thought I was being nice.
No, you were being nice.
For you were being nice.
Right, for you.
Yes.
For you.
It's on a, sliding scale.
Just saying, like.
I mean, you're not. Did I not say you're not wrong?
I don't want it to
That
be
doesn't
sad.
sound like he's right, though.
Should I follow
not wrong.
up? Should I follow up with an email and be like, listen?
Just a little text. I still love you. I want to nudge you. Give him one of those.
Give him the nudge, huh?
Give him like a text nudge.
All right.
That's what you do. You send him a little like a gif of like a nudge.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just send him a picture of Otis.
Odie.
Yeah. Or you could send him a picture of you nudging and him nudging you.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
By the way, I'm getting warning signs on our YouTube chat that Beto, who's in San Diego for a fight this upcoming weekend, knows that I will be broadcasting
back home
from the crib tomorrow in South.
Yeah.
And Beto's cautioning me that he's coming over early in the morning, have the bathroom ready, have the coffee ready, bring the donuts. He's bringing donuts.
Yeah. You know what? I may be at home tomorrow, too.
I thought you this was going to be like an exercise in fun.
Well, I got to go see a partner after TV. This is a long day.
I'm going to be at home, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where's Lindsay going to be?
Hey, if you're going to be home, then I'm going to be home.
Well, Bergie, you have a medical reason to be home.
Yeah, right. Right, you're bleeding.
No longer. Thankfully.
You
6 days in.
Yeah, but
goes away.
just one time doesn't mean that you're done.
That's true. That's
Keep
true.
an eye out there.
We'll figure it out a little bit.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You want Chris's favorite part of the show?
calendar
You want the
thing you
thing?
like to do,
You want the thing that he does?
That
The
calendar
thing?
thing.
Yeah, the thing.
It's good tips, man.
Oh, Mike just texted me.
What'd he say?
I can't say this on the air.
What'd he say?
Come on,
I
say it.
can't.
Clean
Trust
it up.
me.
Is it about me or is it about other
No,
stuff?
not about you.
Is it about me?
No.
Really?
Just trust me.
Is it about me?
Is it about Annie?
No.
About Cap's contract?
Just trust me.
Do you sign that thing yet?
Is it about
Yeah,
Riggsy?
did you sign that thing?
They
yet?
haven't given it to me.
You're so full of
I
crap.
promise
You
you.
are full of crap.
I'm telling you guys as a matter of fact, eye to eye, man to man,
Let me
partner
look
to
at your
partner.
laptop.
You can have my laptop all day long.
Your email there?
Yeah. You want to come
Maybe
look?
maybe
You can
it's in
search.
Joe Emerald's email.
Maybe it's in Jeff Ruby's email.
Bill Sapphire.
Here is the Don't Sweat the Small Stuff calendar of the day for today, Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. By the way, you know why this date is important in history? There's a 30 for 30 on this date, about June 17th, 1994. 32 years ago.
1994. June 17th. I just mentioned the World Cup was happening at that time.
Oh, it's OJ.
Yeah,
Oh,
OJ.
the juice.
Knicks were in the finals. Rangers
Right.
won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Arnold Palmer, his final U.S. Open, all happened on this day.
Mm-hmm.
I was at Dodger Stadium with the Mooch, and they put it up on the Jumbotron, the Chase.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
Just for fun, agree with criticism directed toward you. Then watch it go away. That's our calendar of the day.
That's what Mike Trudell should have done.
Consider that there are many times when simply agreeing with criticism directed toward you diffuses the situation, satisfies a person's need to express a point of view, offers you a chance to learn something about yourself by seeing a grain of truth in another's position, and perhaps, most importantly, provides you an opportunity to remain calm.
Lovely.
We don't usually get to this part of the bed or the theme song
Right.
from Highway to Heaven.
Oh, really? Michael Landon?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That flowing hair.
Great hair.
You're just
Right.
realizing that this is from Highway to
Yeah,
Heaven?
I had no idea.
By the way, you know what
Never.
Michael Landon died of, right?
No, what?
Colon cancer.
Oh, come
which
on.
goes full circle why we always remind you to get checked up.
Bergie, make sure you get checked.
I'm going to get a colonoscopy probably in the next couple weeks.
And a colonic.
But you're coming with me.
At Steve's. Yeah.
As long as Steve has 2 beds for us.
Is
Same
that-
room.
I mean,
want same room.
Other wacky morning shows have done this where we just do fake spots for fake things. Should we start doing that? How you doing? It's Cappy Miraz for Steve's Colonics.
I'm looking up to see if we have any colonic places in downtown LA. I will find one and we
I
will do
told
it.
you if we go to a downtown LA colonic, it could go really wrong.
Here's colonic hydrotherapy.
Yeah.
Here's Oshi Health.
Oh boy.
Here's LA Wellness Center.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, always made possible by Jacob and Ronnie.
Downtown
Do you have one
colonic.
of those dealer's choices?
Yeah, downtown
Hold
colonic.
on. If you're injured in an accident, call Jacob, 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789. Or call jacob.com. Time for Cappy's Dealer's Choice. How we end the show. The Dealer's Choice Real Deal, thanks to Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house before you call an agent? Call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer. Or visit sellersadvantage.com. Providence Realty, DRE 0191-5212. By the way, Cappy, before you go, did you see it on Twitter?
Tell me.
Sedano and JT the Brick. There you go, Bergie. Going back and forth today.
No, about what?
Well, not back and forth. It's
2
just
hours and 57 minutes.
He said I needed to congratulate him on the Knicks championship, and I said, "Congrats! Your suffering is now over."
Because back on the third shift on Fox, when Sedano followed JT, they would sometimes go after it. Because George was coming right after a Heats game. He would do post-game, then dial in to Fox Sports Radio. JT was wrapping up his show, and he's a Knicks fan, and JT...
I mean, those were rough years for him.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
listen, if you're a Knicks fan, I get it, man. You suffered for a long, long time. Like, they were close a few times, but most of it was miserable.
Yeah. All right, Cap, thanks.
Real quick, I want to just make a quick mention. So yesterday, I go into my office here at 710.
And it was locked, right?
Well, that was this morning.
Oh.
Somebody locked my office. And I go in, and there's a box on my desk.
You don't have a key to your office?
I don't, and because we keep everything open here because we trust each other, right? And
we have a new cleaning staff, so they might have locked it just out of caution.
Perhaps. So there was a box on my desk, and it was addressed to me. Hey, Scott Kaplan, whatever, okay. And I just assume, and maybe you got the same box, Bergie. Maybe you got, I don't know. I assume everybody here got the same box.
No, you and George got the
box. Oh, did you get the box, George?
I got a box, yeah.
Did you open the box?
I did. I took it home already.
Oh, my God. What a beautiful gift.
Yeah.
Can I just say that we received a gift yesterday from someone by the name of Colleen Haggerty. And Colleen works for Bank of America. We don't have any partnership with Bank of America. And she sent this gift. And inside, you guys got to see this. I'm going to show it on the YouTube. Inside this box was another box. And inside the other box, if you're a World Cup fan, I mean, you would definitely want one of these. Take a look at this right here. Every single team has like representation, and you like put the little, I don't know, what would you call these things on the bracelets?
They're little pins.
Like charms.
Yeah, little pins.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what they are. They're little pins.
Yeah.
And so you put them on the bracelet, I guess, and you wear these World Cup bracelets. And so I wound up emailing this lady, and I said, "Hey, lady, do I know you? Do I know you?" And she's like, and she actually sent me an email. She's like, "No, we just wanted to send this out to some of the top sports people in town, and we really appreciate you guys." And I was like, "Girl, this is awesome! What a great gift!" So, Colleen Haggerty, this Bank of America World Cup thing you sent, I just wanted to send out some
shout-out. Is there a Russian
shout-out.
flag in there?
You know what? I'll find one. If there is, I'll give it to you. I'll pin you. But really awesome gift. Thank you so much. Anytime somebody sends something to the station, we appreciate that, as long as it's not something that's going to hurt me. But Colleen, thank you. Just wanted to give you a little shout out there, girl. Appreciate you.
So Michelle Smallman's going to join us on the show tomorrow, as she does for Thursdays. But we're going to do a new thing with her.
What's up?
I think. I'm waiting confirmation. But it's going to be like Michelle's safe space, where she comes on and knows she can do bits and say crap about anything she wants. Because like in Bristol, or in New York too, they've got a national show that's on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little tight at times.
Mm-hmm.
So like we want her to be more, we want to react over what she says, not vice versa. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Okay. I'll go with that.
Sedano,
So what are we doing with her?
like she'll come more with like, oh guys, this. Where
She will present stuff
right,
to us.
versus a lot of times she's reacting to us.
The Smallman segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Kind of like Evan brings something.
Listen, I actually think it would be better that way because she was an excellent, she's obviously very good on the air, but she was one of the best producers I've ever worked with.
Right.
So like her bringing content to the table for us to react to and then interact with her is way more fascinating too. I think way better for her and way more fascinating for us.
Yeah, I think that would be a good.
I'd like to be surprised too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to know about it.
Well, no,
Natural reaction.
None of us will know about it.
All right.
That's it. We're done, huh?
Yeah.
We're past 1 minute too.
That's going to do it for a Windy Wednesday. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow morning for a Michelle Smallman Thursday at 7 a.m. right here, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.